Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to GrowedUpGeek Gaming. It is Wednesday night. We are here for our limited high-level campaign, Dynasty of Dragons. Thank you for joining us. We've been off for a little bit, but we are back, eager as ever to get on to some dragon-related shenanigans. Before we do that, we'll meet everybody, do a quick recap, and then jump right into Dynasty of Dragons Episode 11, A Dynasty Lost? I think is what we went with. Pretty sure that's what we went with. We'll check the tape. Anyway, I'm Manny.
Yes, that's what it says.
Awesome. I'm Manny at GrowedUpGeek on your social medias, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We're live here on Twitch Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Those episodes then make it to YouTube the following Monday and Tuesday afternoons. If you like what we do here, give us a like, follow, subscribe, fist bump, high five, finger guns, whatever it is to show your affirmation and your support. It is always appreciated here. Enough about me. Let us get to the Wednesday Chaos crew. We are back after a little time off. Ready to jump back into it. Before we do that, let's meet our amazing cast, who I'm so blessed to have week in and week out in theory. Let us start with Nick. So last time we were in town, you saw the kind of wagon train of an organization devoted to collecting spell scrolls and using them as their means of justifying their rule over town. Tell us a little bit about Banquo and how that kind of thought process sits with him. If that's a legit means of government. It's not watery tarts handing out swords, but it's something.
Yeah, Banquo is definitely intrigued by this sort of magocracy that they've got going on, especially in a town that's so hell-bent on hating a specific type of mage. And for him, spell scrolls are as good as gold, so he is ready to make a killing here in town.
I'm not sure it's a specific kind of wizard, just wizards that aren't them, in a very exclusionary kind of way. All right.
Typical.
Awesome. Yeah. Just you guys, not us. We're cool. All right. Sliding over our paladin on a kind of either unknown or knowing so now quest of discovery about how they tie into everything's going on, especially for them to seeming have been plucked out of nowhere for this epic quest. Raz, tell us about Daemion. And last time you expressed a little kind of hesitance about whether you've been told everything by everybody's friend, Lady Gwendolyn.
Yeah, I mean, the whole time that we've been playing, adventuring, it just seems like they give us just enough to maybe get the job done. And then we get there and we learn all sorts of other things. And we're like, hey, we learned this stuff. Oh, yeah, we already knew that.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't mention that? Oh, sorry. So, people in charge.
Yeah, this compartmentalization or whatever it may be is definitely not sitting very well with him, who just wants to, get the job done, but, need information to fight these battles, and he's not getting it.
All right. And, everybody you came to in this town's kind of cool, so, that was a nice little break. Last and certainly not least, because they don't like me putting them on the spot when we start. So I give you time to warm up.
I don't mind it.
I don't know. I just don't like putting you on the spot. I always feel like it's very sudden. You're like, Robin, go! Oh! So Tess, in this kind of faraway magocracy, also seemingly, whether related to or not, also on a little quest of discovery about herself, as it relates to the goings-on currently. How's Tess dealing with this? Her place in all of it? And what do you think about going to the Feywild? Huh? Sounds fun, right?
As far as how she's dealing with it, just kind of not right now. Just, all right, yeah, that's not something I can really comprehend. on any level yet. Haven't seen any of this shit before. Well, any of this stuff before. It's illegal for her to swear.
I was gonna say,
but,
like, yeah, don't worry about the channel.
But yeah, Feywild sounds interesting. Feywild sounds potentially like a big old problem. She's pretty smart about matters arcane, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be some time away from this plane for a bit, and hey, maybe a vacation, what she needs. Probably not, maybe.
After all the kind of death and decay of Thar, you know, maybe a little bright vibrancy of the Feywild is just what you all need. You missed out on the resort you were promised, so, you know, a little tropical vacation or whatever the actual, whatever the climate is of the Feywild. It's just green, so I just picture, you know, Brazil.
Yeah, let's get some sunshine for the sunshine girl.
All right. Once again, that is our amazing cast. I cannot wait to see how they get into everything we have planned tonight. So, last night, last night, my ass. Last time, the party was sent to Volatilar, the capital city of Agnorond, because we decided to pick the hardest pronouncing names in Faerun. On the quest for yet another dragon vault, upon arriving in town, a tiny little kind of farmhouse seemingly dedicated, especially for the purpose of having people sent there, upon just stepping out on a major road leaving town, they saw and encountered Eladrin, all seemingly leaving town. A couple at first, then finding many help wanted signs, stores closed, stalls in the market empty, sections of the entire town empty, as it would seem that something is compelling them to return to a homeworld that they may have abandoned. While in town, they encountered, but not went inside, passed by the House of the Peaceful Beyond, a temple dedicated to the religious order that conducted the funeral of the former mayor of Melvont. Jeez, it seems like so long ago. A relatively new upstart faith based on some changes upon the hierarchy of Mount Celestia. Next to that, they discovered a cemetery with many gravestones of local people. Most of the gravestones cursed Thay in one way, shape, or form. We'll skip what happened at the docks. At the market, they saw many stalls empty, lots of signs stating no wizards, stalls still available. They went to Griffin Height Keep, met Sir Timon, the male half-elf paladin, who had a very strong disdain for Thay, as did most of the residents. Just seemed to kind of ramble on, a hatred that boiled real deep. Even after he closed the eye hall and went back to his post, the party could hear him muttering many, many things that Thay had done to them. While in town, they encountered a very guarded, kind of ornate caravan. And what you asked the townsfolk, right? What was going on? Is that how you found out? Is that how that exposition began?
It's how it began. Yeah, we spoke with the Eladrin, and then we spoke with Sir Timon.
Okay. Found out that in a town that has a very well-stated policy of being anti-wizard, it is in fact a mageocracy. Ta-da! That they have been kind of, I don't know, doing archaeology like England did archaeology like in the early 20th, late 19th century, which is to say discovered things and then stole them. And as they do so, yeah, the only reason why the pyramids are still in Egypt is because they were too heavy to carry back to London. By acquiring spell scrolls from the neighboring mageocracy, Thay, and using them to attain power and maintain it relatively peacefully, apparently, and to be well beloved by their people, despite the town hating all other wizards except for our wizards in a very tribalist kind of way. After encounters in town, they made their way to a very well-appointed tavern and inn just outside of the city walls and along a road into the woods, known as the Veiled Woods Inn. There they found Alice, another Eladrin, who was very forthcoming about his experience, that something inside of him, despite his own desires, is compelling him to return to their homeland. And he would do so against his will, but almost physically compelled, if he could just find somebody to buy the bar from him, guaranteeing it would be a money maker. Judging by how well appointed it is, doesn't seem to be lying. While there, they encountered Lightning Caller, a Goliath wizard who seemed very hesitant to stroll into town on some urgent personal business of his. Not only a wizard, but a Goliath one at that, so it's hard to lay low. What else? And then at one point, the party was asked by Alice to deliver something to the docks where they met Black Bart, the colorful, fearful pirate captain, who paid them a significant amount of money beyond what was expected, in exchange for a twig, about like yay big, with a couple of berries on it, that he seemed very happy and paid quite handsomely, possibly unknowingly, for it. The party returned back to the tavern, saw Lightning Caller on his way to town, got some rooms, and were potentially waiting on his return. So we will pick it up there with episode 11, A Dynasty Lost. Alice shows you all to very nicely appointed rooms, much larger, better fabric choices. Everybody has kind of an ensuite little washroom that this is reserved for big spending adventurers. Kind of shows you to your respective rooms. I have to go back downstairs and get back to dinner, so it's ready. If you need anything, I'll be down there. And as he does it, you can just see somebody clearly agitated. He doesn't want to be there, and just he cannot contain his just discomfort at not being able to do what his biology is telling him he must. Yeah, here's your rooms. I'm gonna go downstairs. And he kind of trudges down. You can just see somebody clearly agitated. We'll start with Tess. He kind of shows you to a room. It's very nice. It's gonna let you stay there. You want to kind of check out the room? What would you like to do?
I would like to make faces at whatever Nick's talking about in the group chat.
Okay.
I'd like to know where my notebook is, because I had a couple things I wanted to do. Primarily unwinding for a little bit, leaving the door open, not like isolating herself, but taking some time, doing the last little fine tuning on her prosthetics that she needs to after that fall, and finishing off the whittling project that she's been working on, just polishing it up a little bit. I believe that my roll on that was a 27. If I find my notebook on the break, I can update you.
Okay. Yeah. So you get this odd sense of when there's infectious joy, you just kind of feed off of it, but usually there's a visual component to it. You would see somebody joyous, and that brings you joy. And you are still in the company of Daemion and Banquo, each in your own rooms, but you do get this kind of joyous feeling, just kind of seemingly out of nowhere.
Is it similar to the feeling that I had in the last vault that we were in, that like drive to not the same feeling, but the same kind of like source of that drive to push forward, that I was heading towards like a reunion?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sounds good.
Yeah. A long thought out pregnant pause, maybe. All right. Banquo. Same deal. You have a very, very nice room, nice desk at which to read. The room does seem to be stocked with some books, whether they're kind of idle decoration or maybe legit. But they're real. They're not the fake books you put on a bookshelf. What would you like to do with your room?
Banquo would probably look through the books and try to pick one to read, and he would peruse the book as he walked around, kind of out loud meditating in a sort of way. It's more musing to himself, trying to talk himself through the details of the day, trying to look for any nooks and crannies of detail that he missed, trying to go through his mental memory and that kind of thing. Just overall taking in the day's events while kind of absent-mindedly reading.
Okay.
And as he speaks, he also speaks to his book, which he's still not sure what role it plays. He just knows that this book follows him wherever he goes, whether he tries to get rid of it or not. And so he kind of talks to it, expecting it one day to kind of play some piece.
Okay. All right. You never talked before. Nobody ever asked how I was doing. All you did was talk to me. Never asked how I was doing.
It's sort of a Wilson and Castaway kind of situation where he talks to the book as though it's a personification, but really he's just trying. It's just the way he thinks is he needs to bounce things off of a springboard, even if that springboard is just his own made up apparition of a person.
It's just the focus of talking out loud.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I absolutely talk out loud. So I was like, if you just wanted me to do it like at a thing, I was like, I get it.
He just talks.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Banquo. Sorry. Daemion. You've got a very nicely appointed room. Nice kind of, I don't know if mannequin is the right word. Somewhere to hang your armor. Very nice weapons rack. Everything to be nicely laid out. Whetstones, the kind of seemingly warriors appointed room. What would you like to do while you potentially wait on Lightning Caller to return?
Well, it definitely never misses a chance for sharpening of the sword and such, maintaining the gear.
I love the closet.
Wow. Wow.
Well,
Sorry,
spicy.
I'm just saying that's
Spicy
what you said.
take.
But being as it's all, stuff he made himself anyway, he's always keeping it well prepared. Can't stop thinking about this compulsion, though. Especially frustrated now that, the dispel magic didn't do anything about it. And it's clearly causing some people to act against their own nature. It's just really nagging at him.
The lack of free will.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to have free will, except again, like they're acting against their own better interest, and it irks him a lot. He's trying to figure out, if there's anything he can do or what he might have to do to help them, and hopefully, if he can do something about it soon enough, he can stop this person from selling this place, and they can actually stay here and continue doing what they want to do.
Very nice. The champion of personal choice. I love it. While everybody kind of attends to whatever, everybody give me a perception check, please.
I am pretty good at those. Oh, very good today. 27.
27. Very nice.
19.
19. Very nice.
18.
18. Okay. All of you are going to hear what sounds like a childish giggle.
I've seen this movie before. Nope.
Don't like that.
Fucking burn the doll.
Hate it. I hate it immediately.
You hear a childish giggle.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Okay.
I'll start. I'll put an active listening ear up to. I don't know if there was a cup in the room, up to that and listen in. Does it sound like it's from the same floor we're on, or downstairs, or is it?
The floor that you're on is essentially like a wall, the hallway, and then 4 doors. Your 3, and then essentially the last one as you would come up the stairs.
That's like links her leg back on and then pokes her head out the door.
You see very Scooby-Doo, 3 heads stick out the door like.
Fucking Polterkinder.
Polterkinder. Yeah, I will start suiting up and getting ready to investigate.
Okay.
Haha, fool. I'm always suited up.
Got this.
Mithril.
Get dressed. We're going out. All right. Everybody gonna actually we gonna do something about this, or are we just gonna be kind of creeped out?
I don't think Tess is really creeped out. She's just like a child.
A child.
A child. Yeah, thoroughly
think
creeped
that's-
out. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Tess is gonna investigate. Like, she hasn't seen ghosts before. It's fine.
It's a little creepy, but it's still just a giggling kid sound. Like,
I take no responsibility for your past trauma that led you to kind of go this direction with this. But yeah, out in the hall, you only hear it the one time. It's not, disembodied or exceptionally loud where it would sound like it came from inside your room. The call is not coming from inside the house. It just like a fleeting thing, a chilled little childish giggle. Hee hee. That's it. Step out into the hallway. The very last door looks the same as your 3. It's just closed.
I'm gonna just kind of have an ear to the door, and if I don't hear anything, I'm gonna knock.
Okay.
Robin.
Yeah. Give me a perception check at it. Are you literally gonna press your head against the door?
Not quite like that much. Like she's got manners, but like close.
Okay. Yeah, still with advantage. You're right up against it.
You got manners, all right. Hey, can you stop the giggling? People
Hey!
are trying to sleep.
Enough of that racket.
Damn kids!
Get out of
Bang
my
19
yard.
against the door.
Get off my lawn.
It's only a 14.
14. It doesn't sound like anything. You can hear Alice kind of downstairs, seemingly frantically cooking. It seems like there's a lot of activity. And as best you know, it's just him. So it sounds very frantic downstairs. But you don't hear anything through the door.
All right.
Yeah.
And nothing happens when I knock.
No.
I mind my business.
Banquo will creep
my
forward
kid.
and
Banquo will not, in
ask
fact,
you
mind
both,
his
like-
business.
yeah, yeah. I'm not the only one hearing that, right?
I mean, only for like a
Cares?
second.
It gets better.
The fuck is wrong with you two? Go to bed.
It's like, what time is it?
It's like early evening. It's just starting to get dark.
We haven't even eaten dinner yet. What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Yeah, Alice is downstairs slaving away, y'all. Like over a stove. I mean, it's working hard.
Yeah.
And you know he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah,
just
hearing
didn't know
all
he had a
this
kid.
making dinner downstairs, Banquo is going to. He's not disinterested, but he's more interested in something to eat.
Okay.
So as he like peers down the hallway, he just kind of looks. He looks at. He shares a knowing glance with Robin or with Tess, and then looks at Daemion and feels admonished and starts walking towards the food.
Everybody give me a perceptions check again, please.
Oh boy.
You
Oh.
smell a delicious meal from downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Or
I got a 15.
I got a 7.
That's with expertise.
I really do not care about what is going on in that room.
Banquo,
Willful ignorance.
as you kind of give up on the little bait the DM threw out there and head downstairs to dinner, from outside, it sounds like a galloping horse getting, like, kind of coming up on the inn.
Yeah, I'll once again look to the other two and like point to my ear and out like, are y'all hearing this? As I'm kind of leading the way towards dinner.
Okay.
Legitimately, no.
Banquo heads downstairs. Tess, Daemion, dinner time?
Food.
Dinner time.
All right.
Oh, I
Love
have
it.
to go put my arm back on. Hang on.
As you make your way down the stairs, they kind of creak like woods want to do. And as you get further down and into the kind of common room, you hear the heavy clamoring of Alice in the back, some occasional swearing in Sylvan, and what genuinely sounds like the galloping of a horse coming, down the solid dirt road. It's kind of making its way. But it doesn't sound like fast enough. Especially Daemion, to you. You have a steed. You kind of know the very signature sounds of a horse galloping. To you, something seems off about it. Doesn't sound like peduncle when you really opened him up. You know what I'm saying?
So, you said it doesn't sound fast enough?
Like the cadence of the sounds.
So maybe a really big horse. Take a peek.
Okay.
See what it is.
Kind of look out the front, and all you're going to see as the kind of sun begins to set. Sun's going to be actually in your eyes, setting in the west as you look down the road, and suddenly this just unbelievably large figure blots out the setting sun. The kind of percussive feeling that you physically feel when a horse gallops nearby, the sound that you hear that corresponds to that percussive force, you realize that it is just a Goliath running on 2 legs and not 4, throwing the whole thing off. But the impact and the force with which he was hitting the ground sounded like a horse running.
Oh, not the pantomime, Manny.
What? No, this is me running. In case you
This is what he looks
you
like.
didn't know.
And he's just running straight towards the inn.
Yeah.
Does anything appear to be chasing him?
You can't really see. The sun is definitely going to be like in your eyes. You just can make him out as the imposing figure that he is, and what shade he provides to your eyes by blotting out the sun.
About to have company.
You can feel it. Everybody can feel it. Even the kind of remnants of flatware on the table begins to kind of as he gets closer.
He's quick for a wizard.
You know, Dex isn't his dump stat. It is probably not even strength either. For all you know, he might be dumb as shit. He's just gonna come just all the silverware starts to shake. You can hear Alice in the back. What the fuck is that? And then the door is going to burst open, like almost knocking it off its hinges. And in a very like dramatic entrance, it happened. It happened. He took me as his apprentice. Let us celebrate. And Lightning Caller kind of comes in all like really excited, and you can see that the running was just to express this excitement, not out of a sense of like being chased for being a wizard. Comes in.
Okay, but like the door.
Oh,
I'm gonna mage hand it shut.
yeah, he just kind of mage hands it close and gives a little bit of little tweak and. All right, very good. Sorry. Alice like pokes his head out. The fuck, man! Like I'm sorry. I'm just really excited. He took me as his apprentice. It's gonna be great. Like, all right, man. Like, whatever. Just my fucking door. Like, I'm sorry, I fixed it. All right. Dinner's almost ready. Just grab something from the bar, whatever. And he just kind of, dramatically goes into the back, and you hear clanging of pans and things being poured into pots and such. Lightning Caller just unbelievably jazzed. Are we going to celebrate?
And I know from experience that's a pretty good day. First round's on me.
I mean, I won't be needing money. And he pulls out this like huge coin purse. Psh. I have been accepted as an apprentice. I don't need this money any longer. My patron is going to take care of me going forward for my education, and I'm going to see the world. I'm going to learn the greatest magic spells of all time, and it's going to be fabulous. I can't wait.
Who's the patron?
Who's taking you as their apprentice?
Bart the Black, the wizard at the docks.
Oh.
Can I do like a hang on, let me think about this insight check to piece that one together, or like Arcana check of like, yeah, that's what was going on?
Yeah, you can insight to, I mean, I guess to see if he's what he's talking about. It could be a different Bart the Black.
There's so many.
I mean, did you meet every pirate at the docks? No.
Oh, we were talking about the white, yes. That is a 17.
He seems genuinely excited. As far as you can tell, everything that he says, he genuinely he believes. He's into it. You saw a little display of his own magic prowess, so he's not, completely unfamiliar.
Well, all right. Let's celebrate.
All right, yeah, it's gonna be great. I mean, I don't know if you know any wizards. Around here it's kind of a big deal. I was worried myself, and then oh, a wizard. Oh, Fabulous. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. I don't mean
more
to, I
of an
don't want to say that
artificer.
too loud. Whatever. No, I'm a fucking wizard. There. See what are they gonna do? Look at me. And he goes and he just bends at the waist, bends over the bar, and you just see him like swipe up like a bunch of bottles. And he just puts the coin purse down on the thing. Hey, summer boy, there's your money. Just pulling corks out with his teeth and just like Stone Cold Steve Austin like bottles of wine.
Summer boy.
So yeah, I didn't think I was gonna meet a wizard in town. All the signs they tell you all these things, but man, he was amazing.
Sounds like getting past all the signs was the first test.
I mean, but like I said, what are they gonna do? Look at me, and he just makes a very big point to like kind of sit on the bar like it's a stool. Not lean against it. Like my man is definitely sitting on it. In a very kind of casual style, like just robe flowing. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing here, wasting his talents with this town that hates wizards.
He's certainly talented.
Legal things.
He took the boat out and cast a spell that made it seem like we were at the docks the whole time. It was the most believable spell I have ever seen in my life. Like we never left. We were just right there. Like even his crew, he had them out on the docks and other ships. It was the most impressive illusion I've ever seen.
Huh.
Can I just subtly, like, as I'm like grabbing a drink and just kind of sipping, cast detect magic just to kind of, is he good or is there something like what's going on with this guy?
You want to yeah, go ahead.
Does there appear to be any kind of like enchantment on him currently or compulsion or
He's
anything?
got a couple of like little blips from like magic items. It looks like a necklace, maybe something kind of glowing in like a little pouch at his waist. Does not appear to be under the influence or effect of any magical spell. The only things glowing in the room are your own personal magic items, as well as, like I said, like a necklace, and it looks like something in a pouch.
I just look at the other two, and just subtly shrug, like,
Banquo is instantly going to start, like, reaching into his pockets and checking things and ensuring everything that he thought was there is still there.
What, like you got pickpocketed?
Like I'm suddenly unsure that the scene at the docks went how I think it went.
Okay. What would be in your pockets that might not be there?
I mean, any of the gold that he would have pulled out as his spending money.
Okay.
I mean, we got quite a large sum. I don't have my notes of exactly how it broke out to individually, but it was something like 900 each or something like that.
Okay.
I think we already had 900 from Dumb Man, Clammerjack.
The mayor, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've got 945 in my inventory, and I'm not sure how that relates to how much we should have gotten from the dock mission.
Well, regardless, we gave, how much we were supposed to to the innkeeper, and it obviously wasn't illusory unless it was a tangible illusion, because we gave it to him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then what? You kept the difference, and Alice doesn't know that you were given more.
Right.
He asked you to retrieve a certain amount. You got it. The end, as far as he's concerned. Yeah.
Right.
Payment
Right.
that
Okay.
Alice was supposed to get was 5,000.
And we got
Bart
9.
thought that it was 3, and we got 9. So we'd each have, if we're cutting another party member in, that'd be 1,000 each.
13,
Right.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you are quite flush with the gold. All of it. Your coins, very real still. Currently. Nothing about it. Thank you. Math is hard. But yeah, the money, very real. The thing you took with you, very real. I don't know if any of you touched it. Yeah.
I don't remember.
The only
I
thing,
don't remember that either.
yeah, the only thing like kind of incongruous to everything is the Goliath's account of potentially the same person. It might not be.
There is that.
Are we talking about the guy with the tieflings? All right. Huh. What kind of wizard are you again? You didn't mention.
I haven't.
Like, what's your school?
I haven't really picked one yet. I need somebody to teach me all the good stuff. He's
Oh,
like, "Hey,
you're starting
I got
out.
I got a couple little things, and cast a little prestidigitation.
I cast detect dump stat.
Makes the kind of candles flicker.
Dumpster. That was good.
Yeah, nothing too like impressive. Yeah, I'm hoping. I think Bart the Black's an illusionist. Either that or just a really great wizard. I'm just so thankful that he's gonna teach me, and one day I'll be a great wizard like him. Have a
How
crew
did
and
you
a boat.
hear about Black Bart, if I might ask? For
Bart,
no reason.
I was put in touch here. I've been traveling for a little while. Met some wizards in the kind of neighboring region, and they told me to find him. That I'd have no better teacher. So I made it all the way here through those woods into a town that hates wizards. You think they would have told me that, right? Oh, it just seemed weird that seemed like something they probably should have mentioned. They're gonna send me to find a wizard in a town that hated wizards, and I am a wizard.
Oh, where did you say you originally came from?
Oh, I made my way through God, what is it? Faye, next door. Weird place. Those wizards are weird. They give us us good wizards a bad name. But I grew up there, in poor little village, and knew I was bound for great things. And when I grew up, I started heading west and ran into some wizards, and they were nice. They were nicer than most wizards from Faye that I've met. One of them seemed a little, but they told me to come here and find Bart the Black.
Have you ever thought about like the Sword Coast and Waterdeep and maybe studying there?
Oh no, those big elitist academies. No. I need a private teacher. I need to be homeschooled.
I went there and it was pretty good, and certified by good sources.
Oh,
Might be worth a look.
And Alice at this point kind of makes his way out. Lightning Call is just beaming. Like, the man is just thrilled. And Alice kind of makes his way out with like a couple of pots of food, sits him on the bar. Hey, dinner's up. So, how'd it go, big guy? He's like, oh, I got it. He accepted me. Did he now? Okay. I told you before you left just to be mindful not all illusions are magic. Okay? You're obviously a big boy. You can do what you like. But I would just be careful. And this is a little bit of cooking from back home, where I used to. It's just traditional kind of Eladrin fare. Sorry if it's a little exotic. Just something, whatever this is, just very nostalgic for home, and I had to make this. So I hope you all enjoy. Look, man, I know you're a wizard. I know you're happy about it. If I find out that you did prestidigitation on my food, I'm going to tell everybody in town that there's a wizard here. Okay? So, you guys enjoy. I'm going to go clean up. And he kind of makes his way back, and you hear the clang of pots and pans again, and all this other shit. And then Lightning Caller just grabs like big old bowl and just starts crushing food.
So you two seem genuinely concerned. Daemion thinks this shit is hilarious.
Damien's a dick.
And now that
Our
the
boy's
food's
about to be like trafficked.
now that the food's here, I assume the Goliath is like going to town.
Yeah, just
After he takes a couple of bites, enough to clear some room on the plate, he's gonna pick a moment and he's gonna minor illusion more food onto the plate and wait.
okay.
How long does detect magic last?
10 minutes or more, maybe. I don't know. It's a while.
Not that
What's
you would
this?
need detect magic to see through an illusion I cast, but
Yeah.
No, but also like that would ping a lot faster and just
stop it. Get
Kind-
help.
Kind of like takes it and does it move? Like is it
No.
so it does? Okay, so like he's just basically putting fork through like illusionary beans, right? That's the rub. You can just see him kind of turns like the plate over, but there's still some non-illusionary food on it. So like all his food like hits him in the face.
All right.
using a little prestidigitation. I clean
Oh, thank
lightning
you.
collar up.
Thanks. That's
Yep.
that's very
Now
nice.
I
of
know.
you.
Flavor the air that he takes bite of. Oh, sure. Carry on,
Now I
Rice.
know what I needed to know.
Yeah. He's
Um,
very gullible.
Yeah. He's not the brightest wizard you've ever seen in your life.
There's his dump stat. Wisdom. Perception.
Yeah. So he just kind of continues to eat, and even I imagine there's a what is it, somatic component to prestidigitation. You're sitting.
yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be sitting like in close proximity to him. You're going to do whatever the somatic component is. He's going to probably see you through the gravy dripping down his face. And still just be amazed when his face is clean.
This one time before this session, I referenced to the others that Tesserano was like, oh, lightning collar's kind of cute. Like he's all like nervous about like something to do with his magic. And then Manny decided he needs to be covered in gravy.
He doesn't need to be, he just is.
Now he's even more cute.
God,
Not only are you
This is-
cute,
this
you
is
might
rough.
be tasty too, boy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Yeah, so like I said, he seems completely shocked that like his face is suddenly like clean, and with the attention span of a toddler, kind of wonders about it, and then just starts to kind of spoon more food onto his plate and just go to town.
I'll kind of, while he's in like a between placement, I'll be like, hey, watch this, and I'll like teach him the cantrip and like here's the somatics and here's the like here's what you can do, and it like makes some flashes of light and stuff. Like it's got a
The
lot of
flashes
different
of light
applications.
kind of spook him.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I move it further away from him and do prestidigitate. That lets you make like little objects too, right?
Yeah, for like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
And up to
so
3 of them, I believe, at once.
I think so.
Okay. I use that spell a lot. It's one of the few that I actually know the wording to.
There you go.
I was just torment to my DM. Yeah. So everything you show him with all of the explanation that you can give in a teaching moment, he seems absolutely shocked. Like when things appear, as if you just pulled a rabbit out of a hat. He is so amused that he is literally like clapping. This is great. Like I should have learned from you.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I learned out on the Sword Coast, and like they did a really good job of teaching me. You should consider that. It's a very reputable school.
I don't know. You like I said, you should have seen the illusion where it looked like we were still at the dock. It was unbelievable. I literally thought I was still there. Like everything was just like it was. It was mind blowing. Like way better than this. Like this is neat, and I don't know how you did it, but an entire ship out at sea, but looking like it's still docked with everything else in the city going on. Do you know how hard that is? This is cute. Like I said, I can't wait to learn it. Like, I don't know, a couple of years from now, I'm sure I'll be able to do all this impressive stuff. I could live to be 1,000 and not do what Bart the Black does. That was just impressive. Do you want me to see if he needs another apprentice? You learn stuff way better than this.
I'm good. I'm pretty happy with what I can do, and I'm good.
Okay.
So what have you learned? Like what sort of wizarding do you do?
You did a little earlier, I think.
He did a mage hand. And you're gonna see him go, watch this. I'm gonna cast Dragon's Breath. See him kind of steady himself, work out the shoulders a little bit.
I ready a shape water.
And he's just going to give this big, massive, lung-filled, forceful breath out and knock a wine bottle off the bar. Huh? Let's see you do that. That's right. Not magic. Magic.
Was that any kind of magic?
No, he just blew a big old lung full and knocked an empty bottle over.
I will mimic his exact same motions. Take a deep breath and Eldritch Blast 4 bottles off the table.
You're all wizards. Everybody's a wizard.
The real magic is the friends we made along the way.
Stop.
I'm so lucky to have met you. I was all worried. That's why you told me not to worry. Look at you're just wizards walking around.
Well, you have to be subtle about it, though. Like, all this is cool, and I think that anything you do, you're good to do it around him. But you should be careful here about doing it around anyone else at all.
Oh, I'm gonna be with Bart. It'll be fine.
Oh, wait, I know. Most of us, have some wizarding under our belt. So let's show our familiars, right? And I'll pop out Thorn and look at him very expectantly.
And he's gonna get like really uncomfortable.
That's cantrips. That's a level. That's a stronger spell. Come on.
Yeah, a level 1 spell.
I don't like birds.
What's a level 1?
Is that a bird?
It's got wings, doesn't it?
I forgot he doesn't know what those are.
Now it's not a bird.
Okay. It looks like a bird. Flap, flap, wing, wing. Yeah, bird.
Well, you want it to be something else?
I don't know. I just don't like birds. They're creepy.
I'll turn it into a rat.
Seagull flew into my forehead when I was 10 years old. Scared the hell out of me.
Oh my god.
Just gonna keep like shoveling food into his mouth as he talks to you, like just mouthful of food, just spitting stuff out everywhere, like half chokes anytime anybody does his magic while he's like chewing, like just so taken aback, like goes right back to just shoveling food in his mouth once it's cleared.
Tess does bring out her familiar, and I don't know if I said the form before, but what she brings out is a little lizard, kind of like got some clockwork motion to it.
The hell is that?
It's a lizard.
Oh,
Or I
wow.
can make him a and I turn him into a weasel.
Oh. Is that one of those high lizard folk I hear about?
Those aren't. No.
Okay.
Those are a little bigger.
Oh. All right, I heard about them. I mean, somebody was telling me about them from across the way, and he just like keeps shoveling his food in his mouth, and like while he's doing this, like no, like courtesy to see if anybody else is eating or if anybody else would like some. He's starting to get to like a couple where he's scraping like the bottom of the pot and the last little bit of food like onto his plate and just continuing to shovel it down. The caloric intake of, like a Goliath has got to be just unbelievably impressive. Fuck your diet, Michael Phelps.
Just doesn't need much, I don't think, in general.
Just shoving food in his mouth. Robes are all dirty, got all kinds of stuff on it. Like one of them's like an actual like chicken wing, like big. Just kind of fell.
I think eventually Tess gives up on tidying that whole situation.
So after the whole, dragon's breath and then familiar situation, Daemion's just gonna gesture to Tess like,
He's learning. He's learning.
Just keep shoveling food in his mouth. Like you hear Alice like in the back, like kind of seemingly not as frantic with his moments, and like Lightning Caller with just a mouthful of food, like spitting like a whole piece of broccoli out as he talks. Hey, you want me to use magic back there? He just kind of like continues to like shovel food in his mouth. Be a lot faster for you probably. I mean, I don't know. Are you kind of elves magic? Yeah, right? Aren't you all? Wait, is that why you're all magic? You're all elves?
No.
Oh.
That's the easy answer.
Okay.
That's not why.
Yeah, kind
it
of.
does help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, I do. Yeah,
That's why you guys are so good.
but
at this.
it's not why though.
Can't cast a quick dancing lights.
Yeah, my dad's an elf and he can't use magic.
You do? And like, you just, like I said, just amazed, like my toddler would be. Wow, eyes all big. Just seemingly can't believe what he just saw. Keeps eating and keeps eating. And then like kind of looks in every little pot and every little plate. All right, well, I got a big day tomorrow. I'm gonna go become a wizard. All that money's yours. I'm not gonna need it. Lets out like a huge belch. Chugs an entire bottle of wine. All right, well, going to bed. Gotta get up early. Wizarding's gonna be hard work. Bart said he'd teach me real good starting in the morning. So I'll be there bright and early for him and be the best wizard I can be.
Point of order. Are there only 4 rooms upstairs?
On your, like, the wing that you saw, it's a building that started smaller and then they expanded. It's essentially like a kind of like square complex of 4 kind of buildings.
That's certainly almost a square.
Yes. It's kind of a square. Like I said, it's not a right angle, so that's why I said kind of. I'm a perfectionist. So yeah, it's 4 buildings, and then there's a courtyard in the middle.
All right. And is he headed off in the same direction as our rooms?
He is.
He, if I get up to kind of try to quietly follow him, not really follow him to his room, but just see if he goes. Does he go to that same room?
The last one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giggle room.
Yeah. You can hear, like, even without really making an effort to follow him, I mean, big. So you can hear, like, the kind of floorboards, like, squeaking under his weight, and just the general movement as he moves down the hallway, past your room, past Tess's room, past Daemion's room, and stops. You know, you can follow the kind of path across the great room of the inn, and stops at the end of the hallway. Alice is just about done. If all of you are quiet, you can hear, you know, the click of the door opening up. Him, you know, stomping through, just like if you had an upstairs neighbor. You know what that's like. You know exactly where that person is in their apartment. Right. Same thing.
Dude, I have anxiety. I know where everyone in my house is at all times.
Yeah. Same thing, except this person's like 9 feet tall and like massive. So if you know where your regular sized neighbor is at every moment, just imagine if they were 9 feet tall and like 600 pounds.
Hey, Alice.
Yeah.
Is he here alone?
I mean, yeah, I mean, barely fits in the room as it is.
Looks over at you guys like,
Can you do me a favor and just while you're here, just keep his money to the side, keep it safe. Like he's gonna need that.
oh yeah.
100%. Bart's Bart. You know Bart.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the only reason why you know it was because of me, so yeah.
It wasn't a question. It was just a like, that's not a wizard.
That's
I mean,
not a wizard.
I mean, let's be honest. I don't think he's a wizard. You probably don't think he's a wizard. None of you probably think he's a wizard. He very well could be. I don't know. Him and I have a strictly professional sort of relationship that he has always been honorable in, at least as far as we go. Beyond us, I don't really know what he gets into, and it's unfortunate if it's a scam, but if it's not, I mean, maybe he's just a hell of a wizard. I don't know.
Just can you make sure that the money is here if he needs it?
Sure. If I've got, I actually have safe deposit boxes for adventurers that don't want to take everything in. They leave them here, and after a year, I remove the stuff, but I'm very respectful, and I was just going to give him one.
That's good to know.
And tell the hopeful new owners just that is something we take pride on here, and that it is something that they must be willing to honor going forward. It is a trust thing, and it is a symbol of hope to those who go into the woods, that there will be stuff waiting for them if they return.
Yeah. Nifty.
All right, well, all this stuff's just about done. I'm gonna head out. It's getting late. I'll lock up. You're welcome to kind of have the run of the place. He'll be fine. He's been here for about 4 nights, and despite how big he is, as soon as he goes to sleep, quiet as a mouse. Don't even know he's here.
I bet he sleeps like a baby.
I mean, more ways than one, probably.
By the way, is the kid yours?
What kid?
The one that we heard, was it upstairs? Maybe it was outside.
What, like a kid laughing?
Earlier?
Like a kid?
Yeah.
Like a kid? Like a goat
Like a
kid
kid
or
kid.
a child?
I would have a lot of different
you have
questions if there were
either?
goat in here.
I mean, people bring their kids through here. This isn't, it's not really a kid-friendly place if you understand why people stay here. But kids on their way into the woods.
Does anybody leave their kids for up to a year in their safe deposit
no,
box?
we do not take living things. Living things are cursed items. Those are our lines.
Yeah,
Also,
Banquo will definitely
liquids
return
above
the
6
look to-
ounces.
He'll definitely return the odd look to Daemion and Tess. Like, there's something amuck here.
Maybe it was just one of the kids. Like, there were a lot of families going.
Regardless, though, like, someone was in his room.
Yeah. What do y'all say we go check on our good friend?
Good friend. Yeah. Poor sucker.
He needs a good school.
Yeah.
Somebody's playing a very mean prank on him.
I want to talk to the person that told him he was a wizard.
Yeah, I definitely want to go talk to that person too. But the more immediate problem is, what the hell is in his room?
He might have just understood it. Like there's a lot of nuance, and that might just been the word he understood best. There's kind of a maze going on in there.
Oh yeah, I'm certainly amazed.
You were not wrong.
He's got enthusiasm. That's important. Hygienist too.
Enthusiasm by itself gets people killed.
Typically not in school. Sometimes in school. Maybe he should just buy the bar. Anyway, yeah, let's go check on him.
Okay. You make your way upstairs. Your doors open or closed, however you left them. The door at the end of the hallway looks just like it did the last time you walked up to it and knocked on it. It's closed.
Do the doors open in or out?
For you, it would be away from you, so into the room.
Damn. Continue.
Are you going to take the door off its hinges? Like, what does
No.
that mean?
I had an idea, but it won't work.
Is there any, like, sounds inside that we can hear?
Give me a perception check. Are you going to get up against the door this time or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll hit you with the guidance.
Okay.
Thank you. I was going to hit myself if you did.
Oh, you have that too, yeah. Artificer.
Ooh, did good on the guidance. 19 total.
You're going to hear very deep rhythmic sound that you can probably determine is the sleeping, breathing of this large being. And every once in a while, you're going to hear like the creaking and straining of wood, which you would guess to be the bed frame struggling to hold him up.
Big boy. He's just sleeping.
Is that all you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old-timey keyhole in the door, I assume?
Yes.
I'll get Thorn to turn into a spider, and an invisible spider, and crawl through the keyhole.
Okay.
And then I'll just kind of get against the wall and close my eyes and see what Thorn is seeing as he goes in, and he just scopes it out.
Okay. The room is entirely dark. It doesn't seem to have any like personal effects. It's appointed just like your rooms with its own little distinct kind of, flavor to it to differentiate it from the other rooms. But no personal effects, like no traveler's bag, no collection of books, obviously. And then all you're really going to be able to see is the bed up against the wall, and just this completely outsized figure who just looks to be doing their absolute best to fit in this bed in such a way that they are not to disturb balance and just kind of tumble over.
All right, I'll open my eyes, and I don't really see anything in there right now, but might leave Thorn in there for the night.
Okay.
Just to keep an eye on things.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. There's something fishy going on.
Yeah, little invisible spider on the wall. Doesn't have to sleep or anything.
And then what?
Be
You're
right
just gonna
next door.
And so how's it work if you're not looking through it? Is there some way it would alert you? Are you gonna kind of set it to if anything changes, or?
Yeah, we've still got telepathy, so
Okay.
Could wake me up.
And
if
what?
you needed to.
It's a familiar, so it's like a sentient kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
It's
Okay.
almost as smart as any of us.
Okay.
Actually, I think it's actually smarter than me. It is actually
Okay.
smarter than
Got
me.
it. You go to do something and it just goes, no, man. All right, good call.
Yeah, so it can send me telepathic messages, fully coherent, and it's smart enough to know if something is worth reporting on.
Okay. Don't bother me over nothing. Okay.
It's not an 8 or higher.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna settle in your, however often you check in with it, or if you ask it to give you a report, nothing's gonna change. The only thing, and you're gonna be able to hear this without Thorn, is just if, kind of tosses or tries to make a dramatic movement while he sleeps. It sounds like a tree straining under heavy wind. You just hear creaking. It just sounded like it's struggling.
I'm gonna need to buy that man a futon.
A barge. So, for the most part, for the foreseeable future, this is kind of it. The bar's quiet. If you were to look outside, you would see not a heavy stream of Eladrin, but every so often, 3-4 more, always passing, always headed into the woods and out of town.
So, bedtime?
Oh, hey, I almost forgot. Actually, and Tess reaches into one of her salad pouches and pulls out a little pretty well carved, I think, little horse.
Nice.
Same wood color as Peduncle. It's I can walk just fine, but it takes a lot to walk as far as we have and also be a functioning person sometimes. And I wanted to thank you for the help on the road. So I made this.
It was adorable. Show it to Peduncle.
Yeah. Thank him for me.
He'll like that.
Nice. Even the mounts get loot. So yeah, over the next, however long it takes you to settle in, you hear Lightning Caller kind of toss and turn. At least once or twice, you are certain that this dramatic change of position is going to be the one sending this poor bed frame crashing in submission, and probably having him mistake it for the greatest magic trick of all time. And as everybody settles in, anything anybody else would like to do before bedtime?
I just suddenly realized why he didn't use mending on the door when he crashed through it.
Yeah. Tess will take a look at it in the morning. It'll be okay.
All right. No
Yeah,
takers?
no further remarks.
Okay. We will settle in for the night. This will also come as a great time for us to take our mid-show break. All right. It is currently 8:37. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to, as always, to my amazing players. Thank you. I've missed you. I'm glad that we're back together. To everybody watching, thanks for checking us out tonight. We will be back in about 10 minutes, and we will see what happens to them in their sleep, if anything.
Oh, God.
We'll be back in just a bit. All right. We are back. The party took a... well, I mean, are we doing like the whole like legit long rest thing? We're going to bed?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Okay.
It was nighttime, right?
All right. Yeah, it's nighttime. I just didn't know if it was just like a nap or we're like doing the full mechanical thing. Nick, you had something?
No, taking
Okay.
a full long rest unless something wakes me up in the night.
Okay. You do make it to bed kind of early. It was an exciting day. Lightning Caller was very like, not necessarily in a negative way, but just draining of energy. Like, it was exhausting. In a, like in a puppy kind of a way. Puppies are exhausting. They're cute and adorable and they don't know their ass from their elbow, but I'm fucking tired after I play with one. And in the night, everybody got a little message as to something that happens to them, in the night. And in the earliest, would anybody say they are a light sleeper?
Definitely the full elf.
Okay.
On account of I don't
sometimes.
sleep.
Oh, okay, cool. So even better. All right. At all? You don't even need you don't even need the 4-hour trance thing?
Well, yeah, that's the thing though. Is it's a trance. You're
Okay,
still
so-
somewhat conscious during that.
Okay. So at some point in the night, especially towards the tail end, as we're getting on till morning, Daemion, you're going to hear the creaking of the bed once again, this time a little purposeful, and the heavy of 2 feet hitting the floor, the relaxed groan of the bed as this massive frame shifts off of it, and the bed can finally relax for a moment. And then the kind of idle comings and goings of somebody seemingly preparing themselves to start their day.
And this is, in the middle of the night, basically.
It's like early morning.
Oh, so at that point, hell, my trance might be over.
Like 4 or 5 in the morning, like just really early. Like early risers, like if you're a Marine or a grandparent or something.
All right. Any report from Spiderthorn?
No, slept through the night, except for, like I said, with the kind of sounds that everybody probably heard, which is just this, big man in a little bed kind of situation. But nothing out of the ordinary. He didn't get up in the middle of the night. Yeah, nothing. Just watching a big man sleep.
All right. Well, guy wants to get up early, whatever.
Okay. You'll hear him kind of get up, and you'll hear the door open. It close, like seemingly very quietly, trying to be respectful. And as light-footed as somebody this size can be, them creep down the hallway, excuse me, past everybody's door, and then down the stairs. A few moments after, the sounds of the wooden stairs relax, is at 4-ish, 4:30-ish in the morning, Would your trance be over?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
I mean, unless we went to bed really late.
Okay. And then what? You're just regularly awake, just kind of...
Yeah,
Okay.
business as usual. I get an extra 4 hours in my day compared to everyone else.
Nice. Give me a perception check. Give me a perception check.
Right? 21.
You're going to hear the door, like the front door to the inn open, and a voice that sounds like Alice, potentially more kind of agitated on edge than the day before, and kind of quick conversation, the two voices, indistinguishable, but you can tell two different people are talking, Alice and Lightning Caller. And then the conversation ends, the door opens again, closes, and you hear not even somebody really trying to be quiet downstairs, just kind of excuse me. And at this point, it's going to be loud enough probably for Tess and Banquo to have heard the clamoring of Alice downstairs. If you can, one of those people that can kind of hear something and then go right back to sleep, or if, once you're up, you're up. But you're definitely going to hear it if you want to go back to bed and you're like, meh.
I think Tess is an early riser and like, all right, I'm up now.
Banquo will
Perhaps.
haphazardly. I'm actually gonna make myself roll for it. Okay. He's gonna haphazardly point a finger in the direction of Daemion's room and send a message that says, "Everything good?"
Nothing significant. Our friend next door is already up and about and gone, it seems.
Yeah. By the time he finishes the word significant, Banquo's back asleep.
We're good. All right, man. I don't need all that. I'm not asking for your life story. Yes or no would have done.
Yeah.
Did I see him? Like, did he actually leave the building?
You heard the door open twice. And all this, any kind of sound you would hear from downstairs sounds like what you believe to be Alice. Excuse me. Kind of tearing the house, like seemingly tearing the inn apart.
I see him out the window.
The Goliath?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see him heading on the road, striking silhouette, heading towards town.
Just as a precaution, just because he's thinking about it, as he sees him walking away from the building, he's going to cast Hunter's Mark on him using a 3rd level slot. Just in case he needs to track him down later.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. Very nice. All right, so you'll get the kind of... And how does it work? Is it like a sporadic thing, or is it like an ever-present thing that at any point, if you thought about it, you would go, he is here?
So with a 3rd level slot, it's up to 8 hours. And just until the spell ends, I deal extra damage. That's not going to matter. And I have advantage on perception and survival checks to find that person. Or that creature, rather.
Okay. So it's a when needed type thing. Like if you had to find him, you could, but it's not like an idle thing where every minute you kind of like, oh, he's having lunch and at the market.
Yeah, it takes my concentration up, so
Okay.
it's active in that sense. But it only really applies if I need it to.
And if he dies, technically you'd know because you can.
Yeah, that's true. I would know if he died.
Okay.
But you wouldn't know like how or where he was exactly. I mean, if you needed to like I said, advantage on checks to find him.
But if he dies, I'll know immediately.
Yeah.
Just because all of a sudden that connection will be gone, and it'll activate the, switch to a new target thing.
Okay. As depending on how long you watch him out the window head to town, he's got a little pep in his step. Seems, pretty animated for such a large being. Another thing you will notice on the road is the increase of traffic of Eladrin. For this early hour, there are a bunch of them on the road, headed out of town, headed towards the woods.
That still bothers the shit out of me. I guess while I'm waiting for the other two to get up, I'm going to go down and check in with Alice.
Okay.
See what the agitation was about.
Okay. Tess, between being kind of an early riser and the kind of commotion of the morning, you're going to hear footsteps outside your room. Daemion going downstairs. Probably the armor probably give you away to
No.
As opposed to Banquo.
Mithril.
Still gonna be clanging. You're still gonna be lightly clanging around.
I mean, half the advantage of Mithril is that it doesn't give me disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah, I just figured that's just because it's not like
but are you
rubbing two trash cans together.
Now, you know what? Actually, when I walk by Robin's door, I'm gonna stomp really fucking loud. Of course, I'm not trying to wake you up.
Specifically, my door, not Tesserana's door.
So you're gonna hear Daemion going downstairs. Just the kind of creak of the wood, and also the very inconsiderate kind of banging and clamoring of what you would guess to be Alice rooting around downstairs in the kitchen.
He's probably feeling cranky right now. I see all the traffic like at my window and stuff?
Yeah. You're gonna see the kind of. I mean, they're gonna stick out quite well. Lightning Caller making their way into town, and then you're also gonna see the quite steady stream of Eladrin heading towards the woods in the east. Thank you for the map. It's a lot of people. It's more than you saw yesterday, and it is also early as all get out in the morning. Sun's barely up.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna head down, see if kind of gather up my things, see what our plan is for the day. We didn't really talk about it much, but my things are mostly ready, and it feels like an exciting day today.
Okay.
I got my potions. Don't think anything needs to change with with artificer infusions.
You, Daemion, make your way down stairs. Alice is borderline frantic. Seems way more agitated than in the past, and look, I am so sorry. I know you were probably sleeping. I'm sorry. I am looking for something. Also, I need to tell you that whatever this is, it has won, and as soon as I find what I am looking for, I'm leaving. I have to go. I can't take this anymore.
Point of order, he's an Eladrin and would know damn well that elves don't sleep.
Huh?
Well, he's had a lot of different kinds of patrons. He's not thinking about
agitated.
You mean sleep. Didn't mean to untrans.
to
Yeah,
detrance.
this new development is not.
And as he's explaining this to you, he has not stopped to make eye contact and actually converse with you. He's doing it as he's kind of running behind the bar, opening cabinets, looking like under things. He's explaining it like in the other room, continuing to talk, going to the other room. It's just all over the place as he just seemingly is looking for something.
Well, what are you gonna do with the bar?
Look, man, I wish I knew. I do. We've talked about this. I in the most literal sense of the word, I have to go. I can't. I cannot worry about this bar any longer. It sucks. I'm gonna see if sorry. If that weird half-elf, Sir Timon, can at least just keep an eye on it, make sure, people don't destroy it, that kind of thing. I am hoping that I can come back once this is gone.
All right. So Daemion is going to communicate with Peduncle to make sure that he's getting ready to go, and then he's going to go upstairs and find Tess.
Tess is downstairs with you.
She's made it downstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, wandered down, kind of looking around. Also, I very much like the mental image of Peduncle readying his things to leave.
Checking the saddlebags, tighten them up.
Oh, my
I mean,
horse
at
is
this
untied.
point, I'm pretty sure Peduncle is smarter than the Goliath.
I thought you were going to say Daemion again. I was like, oof.
No, not quite that bad. Thorn is smarter than Daemion. Peduncle's only got a 6, but
I follow like in the middle of the hierarchy, like middle management, not in charge.
we have definitely met humanoids that were not as smart as my horse.
A couple now,
Yes.
yeah. Several.
I
One
try
comes
to keep
to mind.
I try to keep syntax and that kind of thing, but short of like actual processing a rational thought, no. At least 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tess is here. Okay. We have to do something about this.
Yeah, I've been thinking that. I think maybe I don't know what you want to do, but I want to follow this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything we can do to stop him from leaving today. So I think we should go with him and see where this all leads, because if we just let him go, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah. Do you want to get Banquo ready, and I'll like kind of help look, and like what's he looking for?
I have no idea. And honestly, the longer he takes to find it, the better.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. If I find it first, I can have it, and then he won't find it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you figure out what he's looking for, let me know when I get back. I'll go get back.
I'll go ask and try and run an interference. I can do that. Yeah, let's go.
So he's still like frantic. Once he'd explained like everything, he just went back to looking. He's not even trying to humor you with like small talk or anything, despite seemingly very hospitable at some point yesterday, just a kind of easygoing Eladrin, seasoned boy.
Assuming I can find some, given his obviously disheveled state, I will grab a cup of tea and bring it upstairs to Banquo to hopefully assuage the inevitable waking.
He had made some, had it in a pot that he was just kind of like pouring as he's seemingly looking and kind of doing that. So he's got a little pot like ready to go, like all anxious people do with coffee. Red Bull. But he's just, like I said, frantic, and every couple of moments it looks like, damn it. And his kind of frenetic pace is almost settling into like dejection and frustration. It is really beginning to bother him that he cannot find what he is looking for.
Just kind of head right up and cut to the chase and just, we are gonna go with you. What are you looking for?
Oh, wow, that's really nice of you. Did we go over the thing that you took to Bart?
You didn't tell me what it was, and I was very curious about that.
Okay. So, in order for my kind to return to our home, we must consume this berry as we pass through the veil into the Feywild. I mean, I don't know. That's what they tell me, and everything that's going on inside of me for the first time is not letting me leave here. If I wanted to, I would say, fuck this berry, I'm going. But this is not letting me give it what it wants until I find my berry.
Got it. Right.
It looks like that thing I sold that lunatic Bart. It's not for him. It's not for you. It is for us. It is how we return to our home.
So everyone else, like, we can pass through fine, and then
you can go through the veil as you may have already done, or may do at some point. You cannot go where I will go, but some of us will go where you will. Whatever happens, please don't get lost.
Pretty ominous as things go. Are you gonna be okay? Once we get there?
I don't know. I absolutely do not know. I've spent the last couple of days doing everything I can to stay here, despite my body telling me to go. Today, I finally decide, you know what? I can't live like this anymore. I'm going to go. And now it's telling me I can't. Until I find this stupid fucking berry.
Okay, so how many did you have?
It's basically half of the branch I sold Bart. I only need like 2 berries for me, or that's what they say. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Nobody's gone back to where we were from in like 1,000 years, and now all of a sudden, we got to go now. Eat this berry, and we'll be through. I mean, fine. If it'll make this go away, fuck it. I'll eat the whole tree. I don't care. I can't do this anymore. And he's just. Go ahead.
I'm gonna help you look. Where was the thing the box?
Mine's not in a box. Mine's in like a little like sack. I sold it to Bart in the box. It's it paid me $5,000. I mean, the least I can do is put it in a box, especially if it's useless. The box is probably worth more to him than the branches.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start looking. Is it an investigation check?
Yes.
Come on, baby. I'll cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
This is a weird question. If I roll with advantage, do I also roll advantage on the guidance?
No.
Okay. So I was like, wait a second.
Here's your 1 for guidance.
No, I got a 3 for guidance.
Huh.
And then a 18 plus 3 is 21 plus 10 is 31.
Okay. You
Artificer, baby.
are going to see, like with your pristine eyes from having to tinker with things very, very tiny in front of you, this little burlap sack with what appears to be like a very fine blade of grass used to kind of bundle the top of it. He's like frantically, his back's to you, and it looks like it's just in a pile of some of like the leftover dishes and stuff from dinner before. He just kind of cleared them all off the bar and slid them down to the end, you know, and I'll get that tomorrow kind of a thing. And probably like as it was, everything was just kind of swept over to the side, it got caught up.
Yeah, lightning collar made a mess. Since it's like, hey, this kind of looks like one of her component pouches, she's just gonna kind of, for now, until Daemion gets back, tuck it with those while his back's still turned.
Okay. As you kind of do this, you know, and you can just see him like frantically. Even as you grab the burlap, you can definitely feel like a, you know, very kind of prominent sensation of a stick, and the bag is kind of oddly arranged like leaves poking oddly out of, you know, a little twig.
And I'll tuck it into one of my like emptier pouches just so that it doesn't get like mashed up.
Okay. Daemion, you're gonna go upstairs. You're just gonna hear just this frantic activity and Tess being helpful like she's wont to do. And as you make your way up, like just you can hear, you know, obviously Alice being kind of agitated and probably feeling bad about it. It's not, you know, your fault that he's like this. As you make your way to Banquo's room, and I will let you two have this because I got nothing to do with this.
Start with a knock. Let's be a little polite.
You immediately hear the clang of a bag full of caltrops hit the door.
Is the door locked?
No.
All right.
He's
I'm gonna
not
let
careful.
myself
He's
in.
just ornery in the morning.
Kick the fucking pouch out of the way.
What?
Look, man, I know it's early, but shit is happening now. I brought tea. Just please get up.
Banquo sits up, eyes still completely shut. Smacks himself around a little bit. Gets up, walks over, takes the tea, and goes full airplane. Only about half of it gets into his mouth before he starts throwing on his armor and getting himself moving. And within 5 minutes, he is donned and out and awake and starting to leave. Like, all right, let's do this without another word. He is on automatic. He doesn't like getting up this early, but duty calls.
All right, whatever compulsion is going after these Eladrin, it got kicked into fucking overdrive sometime last night. Because, dude, all this is going crazy. I'm sure you can hear it from here. It's bad.
Yeah. What's he doing about the bar? Do we have to buy it, or what are we doing?
He stopped caring. That's how crazy it's gotten.
Shit. Yeah. I mean, it's got to do something with the vaults, right? This has got to be related. This can't be a coincidence, right?
Yeah. Whatever this is, it's magic beyond anything I've ever fucking dealt with. Clearly.
All right. No time like the present. Let's get into this. If nothing else, we'll look for the vault on the way. And yeah. Well, let's do it.
Tess is downstairs stalling.
Good. All right. Yeah. Banquo's up, moving, and geared up and ready to go.
Okay. Head downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh gosh, Alice, I sure can't find. And then I hear the thump, thump, thump. I think I found it.
You can tell he's It's gone from like agitation and frustration and a lack of success to almost despair that emotionally he is not in a good place, and he is worried of what will happen if he is not able to carry out whatever is compelling him to do whatever it is that they're compelling him to do. And he just looks like he's either like about to scream or cry, or maybe both at the same time. Big fan of both. Really cathartic. Just like, and the bar looks like a hoarder. Just has trashed everything, pulled everything out, looked under everything twice, and it is just taking this devastating emotional toll on him, as he just kind of stands there exasperated. You hear Daemion and Banquo making their way down the stairs. That's what this means, by the way.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know where I'm just supposed to get one. They're, kind of fucking magic. And
No, it's okay. I found it just now.
oh my god,
Yeah.
and he like just begins to sob like uncontrollably. Oh my god. Oh,
I give
thank
him
you.
a big hug.
Oh god. Oh my god. I was so worried. I was worried I wasn't. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh, thank you. And, like, just like somebody who needs a hug, when they hug you back, like that in and of themselves is the catharsis, not them being hugged. Sometimes they gotta hug you back, just like that. And you just probably a little too
I
firm.
won't let go till he does.
And
needs
he
this.
just like tears streaming down his face. Like, just thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Oh my god, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I couldn't do this any longer. Thank you. So you're gonna come with me? Hey, is everybody coming? As he sees Daemion and Banquo making their way down the stairs. Are we all going?
They're a lot better to have on the road than I am, to be honest.
I don't know. Been a little grumpy lately. I don't know. Sorry. And you can see
Yeah.
like a genuine change in his temperament, like the anxiety and the that burning feeling that's you can't tone down or compartmentalize. Like, it seems to have subsided, and he seems still a little bit kind of on edge, but not the same as he's been since essentially last night, dinner time, when it just seemed to really start to kick in. Hey, look, I'm sorry. He's gonna say to Banquo, hey, I'm sorry if I woke you. I just, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm sorry. We don't have to leave right now. But it would be better.
Well,
Take your time. I appreciate just the gesture for you to come with me.
Well, you still need to run over and see what's his face and ask him about keeping an eye on the place.
Oh no, I already sent a message. I hit him before I came into town. Before I came in here today.
Jeez.
Look, like I said, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I can't wait for somebody to buy it. The best I can hope for is just the kind of law and order in town, just to make sure it doesn't get destroyed. And hopefully I'll get whatever this is out of my system, and I can come back and it'll just be a thing. You can see him there, like, with his fingers crossed. Looks kind of odd for a being of the Feywild to be like crossing fingers.
Hey man, send it over to me.
I
will. I don't have time to keep an eye on it. you can hope for whatever the best you can, but if you put it to me legally, then when you come back, whatever circumstances have to be dealt with to get it back in your name, without hesitation, they'll be back to yours.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And like just out of his shirt pocket pulls out this long ass like scroll. And he's like, all right, this is what we'll do. This is the bill of sale I had chalked up. So he's like,
Was all this stuff about I waived my legal rights?
he's like, don't worry about that. You know, we didn't have a wizard cover up with this thing, so I had to go with a bard. So I'm sure they might get something out of this. Who knows?
Hang on, I'll look over the legalese.
It's a totally like legal contract. Just Lyle's not, or Alice is not that guy to understand everything. He's like, I don't know, man. I think we signed something to like somebody in the Underdark. I don't know. I think it says Avernus right there in the really small print. Whatever. But here's like, we'll just change this. We'll just change the sale price to 0. We'll change final sale to until renegotiated. And you can just see him pull out a pen, little fountain, pop the top off, sign it real quick. Like, my man was prepared for this exact moment. Slides it over to you. I think it's great that you're even going to come with me, but just knowing that, you know, your adventures, this place belongs at least under the guidance and stewardship of adventurers.
For sure.
This might be my adventure. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I can't stand to see this situation go forth without at least a legal remedy that can be fandangled later. I mean, if you just leave this right now without anybody, any heir, any successor, then any Tom, Dick, and Harry can walk in and say this is theirs. But at least this way, should you come back, when you come back, will you come back, you will have a legal avenue, if not a tangible avenue.
Awesome. Look, I really appreciate this. It might only be a couple of days. I'm hoping. We'll see. And you can see him, another seeming weight lifted off of his shoulders. Look, I know I said I wouldn't rush you, and you know this isn't really about you. But if we could go, that would be great.
All right, just hold on for another minute.
Okay.
Give Tess and Banquo a significant glance and kind of take a step away. About the wizard.
Bart?
We could have
The Goliath?
one of us like on 3 people will have to walk at least, but like somebody could go ahead on Peduncle and like go tell Bart not to be an asshole.
Yeah, it's like what do we do? Like actually do about him? I feel bad just leaving it as it is, but we're kind of on a time crunch.
Yeah,
I mean, a
I'm
day
thinking
or 2 isn't.
we follow him
deal.
into the Feywild. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rob.
Sorry, I was just saying that like a day or 2 with Black Bart probably won't be the worst thing in the world. As long as he's not like planning on staying here. I don't know what the room and board situation is. But point being,
look,
he can probably wait a day or 2. Yeah?
Timon
No?
is supposed to be by here later today to make sure everything's fine. I'll leave him a note. I'll send Timon out to the docks just to, you know, maybe rustle some feathers, make sure, you know, Bart doesn't be all Bart about it. I'll send Timon. Timon's a good man. Get some respect around town, and I know this is going to come as a shock to you, but this would not be his first run-in with Bart. So just tell him to go look in on him. You know, the Goliath was sweet. I don't want anything bad to happen to the kid. I'll have Timon go look in on him, make sure that, you know, Bart's going to be Bart, but as long as he's not harmful, well, I'll tell him just to kind of leave the kid alone. probably best for both of them to keep them both distracted.
As Alice is talking, Banquo will try to slyly send a message to each Tess and Daemion saying, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I feel like we need to follow him. We need to follow this up. My thinking is, I don't know how communicative this needs to be in the moment, but basically my thinking is we need to follow him because I don't think it's coincidental that whatever's going on with the Eladrin and the other Fae descendants that are here is coincidental with the Dragon Vault happenings. And so I'm hoping this is a lead, basically. So I don't care about the bar. I don't really even care about what's going on with people getting called back to the Feywild. It just feels to me that that this must be interconnected, and so he is going to more bardically, expressively give that idea to the other two in 24 seconds. So 2 messages each to each of y'all. Basically, that is the idea. I am a message to one person 6 seconds, a message to the other person 6 seconds, twice. Basically saying like, let's see where this is going. Let's follow this because I think this must not be coincidental with what's going on with the Dragon Bolts.
Tess looks moderately amused and just like, we could have just stepped outside. But
As you do this in every moment since Alice has gotten his branch back, you can see him just kind of slowly, like subtly, like every couple of seconds, like shifting towards the door. He's maintaining focus on you all now. Like he's looking you directly in the eye, but like every couple of moments, it just kind of seems like he's just ever so shifting, like towards the door.
Yeah, maybe
Tess's
not so subtly.
Yeah.
Tess's response is, yeah, that's kind of been my feeling from the start. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, well, I mean, as long as you guys are fine with, letting him be taken care of by not us, then yeah, I just didn't want to leave it hanging.
Leave
Alice
Alice?
in the conversation.
No.
The Goliath.
Yeah, the
Goliath, okay.
Goliath wizard. As long as you
Yeah.
guys are fine with, letting that sit as it is, then yeah, we can go now.
I'm feeling torn between the two.
I'm really not.
We could just send somebody, Peduncle, could probably get back to us before we're halfway down the road.
Yeah, but to do what? That's because I thought about that, but I don't know what we could realistically accomplish.
Yeah, short of actually staying and keeping an ever-present
Yeah.
eye on him. He's not beating. Bart might not be beating his ass like that moment. You're like, "All right, buddy, you look like you're having a good time. Well, bye, good luck." And then the second you leave, it's like, oh, yeah. That little snapshot's not going to provide like any kind of long-term care. At least Timon seems like the occasional house sitter. He'll just check in on it, make sure the house isn't on fire.
Now, above the table, we could bring him with us.
The wizard?
I thought about it.
That's Robin saying, not Tess.
I thought about it, but that would actually be putting him in more danger.
Yes, exactly.
He's
it's
a
a terrible
danger to
idea.
himself at the best of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my man choked eating, so the Feywild might be above his pay grade.
That dude would lose his name in the first 6 seconds.
Yeah. Hey, this guy wants to play a game. No! Too late! Already lost! Wow, that was fun. Alright, so, like I said, Alice has been making the very kind of clear signs. Look, I don't know how long this is going to take of a journey. I'm going to half follow the crowd, and I would imagine we are being compelled by the same thing. So I imagine that will be pretty self-explanatory. And look, I'll be honest with you. Aside from the ones that come in and out of here, I don't interact with Eladrin, this homeworld, better place thing that we're fed. Just really turned me off. I literally don't know what's happening to me, to us. Maybe we can learn something along the way. But if it would be great, I can see. I need to get going.
Yeah. We're heading towards the information. Do you have for the road checklist? Do you have food?
Holds up his little berry. I think so.
I'll share rations. I have spells. Do you have clean underwear?
It's kind of a personal question, but if we're on the subject, I don't know if you know this, but I kind of tend bar. That kind of gets in the way. Just remember, the first part of bard is part of bartender.
I lost track of something somewhere.
Sorry, it sounded a lot better in my head. The fraction of a second before it came out, I was like, nailed it. Then it came out, I was like,
It happens, I guess. I'll run to your room, get some clothes to change into.
Oh no.
And
We're soon as we're beyond the view of town, we are going full summer foliage. If
Tessera's cheeks darken, like dark purple.
all
right, let's go.
Awesome. And you can see him like just excitedly, like a child you just told they could go play outside. Kind of the pantomiming of the running again. To the door, opens it up, just throws the door open, makes his way out into the road. And before you make your way out, you can see him turn like towards the bar and just give it this really sentimental and nostalgic view. He's going to kind of step out into the road, and as he does so, you're just going to see like a steady stream of Eladrin making their way into the forest.
And you'd think they'd have run out of them by now.
Huh.
How many of you live in town? Like, good lord.
It's getting excessive, guys. What the fuck? Like, if you haven't left by now, you've obviously had higher priorities, and you should feel bad when you get there, or whatever there is.
There must be a magic berry shortage.
Yeah.
When we get outside, Peduncle is waiting for Tess. I'm going to have Thorn creep back out of that room and then change back to a form with wings and catch up with us.
Okay.
Don't want to abandon him there, just watching an empty
room now. Oh, no, that's it.
Just do it. He'll be fine.
Empty room with no ghosts.
All right. Banquo, any last little things? Alice seems to stand there for like a long moment. Nostalgic tears, kind of sad. Just like as everybody kind of walks out, you can just see him, having that moment.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss this place. I thank you for, helping me get out of here or whatever that is.
Hey,
and
don't worry about it.
I'll be back in a couple of days. All right.
He'll be right back.
If
Thankful, last thing he'll just do like 2 or 3 prestidigitations to kind of clean up the place, because he knows he's not going to be able to actually maintain this place.
Okay.
Instead for him, but he wanted to give him both the comfort he needed to be able to walk away, but also the push he needed to basically lead us further, because Banquo is more interested in this strange mystery of the forest than he is in actually herring about this bar that, while super convenient and well established, just isn't high on his list of priorities.
I'm not on this venture to buy property, y'all. Not an entrepreneur. I'm an adventurer.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
But he just wanted to get this guy out because he thinks this guy's going to lead us to our next Dragon Vault somehow, because Banquo can't shake this feeling that this recent Eladrin ordeal and this recent Dragon Vault transcontinental craziness is got to be related.
Fair enough. When everybody makes their way out of the inn, he notices Banquo tidying up. Thanks. That's really nice of you. And you can see him reach for the door, kind of take a really deep breath. Anybody forget anything before I close it?
No.
Okay. And you can see him close it and just pause just for a second before turning the key, kind of handing them out to Banquo. You take care of my bar, man. Like, I really appreciate it. Like I said, hopefully it'll just be a couple of days, but it belongs at least under the watchful eye of adventurers. And so I thank you. Now, we ready? Let's go. And you can just see him making his way down. If you look back towards the city, the stream just seems to just keep coming. In front of you, the very same. Just like people walking to a sporting event or a very large concert, like from the parking lot, like that kind of throng just along this road from town and as far as you can see ahead of you into the woods. After a little bit, you can see Alice a lot more at ease than yesterday. Still kind of maybe a little standoffish towards other Eladrin. They all seem to kind of have this, I don't know if it's like a cultural greeting that they all seem to do. And for everybody with their own kind of style, it seems to be the same gesture. Alice kind of struggles with it to not really be able to match everybody else. Everybody seems to be, for the most part, in a pretty jovial mood. Even the little kids going, they're not complaining or anything. People are singing songs. And it just seems to be kind of a joyous thing as everybody walks along this road and into the woods. After, I don't know, an hour, you're deep in the forest. Seems to be your regular non-Feywild forest. The canopy really dense, not a lot of light passing through. And as you do make your way into the forest, you start to notice that the Eladrin seem to have gotten rid of the kind of outside world construct of clothing. They are still humbled with foliage and the such, like you would imagine them to be, but they all seem to be having, essentially stripped off this version for the outside world and seem to only be invested in themselves for their kind of identity going on. You will also notice you three are the only non-Eladrin on this trip.
Not shocking. Are there any winter Eladrin here?
There are not.
Thought not.
Everybody is seemingly a summer. Kind of animated movements. Everybody seemingly, very excited. Really embracing the emotion of the excitement of this trip.
This is like family goes to Wally World and not would have been adventurers go on their first and or last adventure.
Yeah, no, this is a joyous kind of cultural moment for them. You know, to hear Alice tell it, they all used to tell stories about this, but him being a skeptic and B, it never having happened. And growing up, you just think these are kind of fairy tales that you tell kids, and at least as him and for those of his kind that were believers, this is, you know, deliverance, and this is the height of their existence, from, you know, their kind of, if you're more of a fundamentalist spiritualist, from the Feywild. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. And I'll be honest with you. I didn't think you were going to last this long before, you know, the mob like turned on you. So I'm going to go kind of drift off with, you know, some of the others and see if I can find anything out. Just, I don't know, blend in. I don't know. And I'll be close by just in case. I don't want anybody to, you know, mistake your act of kindness for anything other than what it is. So I'm gonna go see what I can find out. Just hang out. I'll be back. And you can see him just kind of slowly just take a little bit off his pace of walking so that as everybody maintains theirs, he just kind of falls back. And after a couple minutes, he falls back in with what looked like a group of 4, like, single Eladrins kind of traveling in close proximity to each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he starts talking about moving off, Daemion's gonna drop his previous hunter's mark and put a new one on him.
Okay.
Because in a giant mob of pretty much entirely summer Eladrin, might need some help finding him later.
Yeah. A lot of red leaves and yellow skin going on right now. Whole lot of it.
Tess is still looking up mostly, like just like trees. Yes.
Well, yeah, you can see over everything.
Okay.
You're on a horse.
Yeah.
Still just looking like, all right, I'm not looking down. You keep your modesty. Does not understand what foliage meant.
I wonder what he meant by that.
Yeah, what
Like turning on us.
Yeah. Is something gonna be the matter with us?
I look, this is a, you know, look, I mean, look around you. It's us. Most people would kind of see something like this and go, I'll wait. And not, this is not a well-traveled road. There's only one reason why you take this road. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So it's an odd coincidence that we are all conveniently going to the Feywild together, unrelatedly, or it looks like you've kind of mixed in here to kind of, you know, see what we're into and not trying to be, you know, you understand. I don't, like I said, I thought that they weren't going to jump you. They'd just be polite about it. You know, this is a private experience, or, you know, whatever. However you politely refuse entrance to, you know, to a closed temple. You know that thing. Like I said, I got no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah. I guess just Banquo would not make any attempts to deviate from the course. He would just follow with everybody else.
Okay.
Are you guys packing any long-term invisibility?
I don't know how long mine lasts. I think
I can do a minute at a time,
Mine lasts
three
an hour.
times 3 times a day at most, but I can see invisibility for up to an hour at a time.
So you're the only one that doesn't have just invisibility proper. Yeah,
Right.
Nick?
Yeah. Seems to be, yeah.
We also might be on the road for a fair amount of time.
Yeah, I'm just planning ahead.
Yeah, I know, I feel you. We want to blend in for a while.
Because me and all of my other critters either have permanent or up to an hour invisibility.
Right, and mine's only up to a minute, but I could go invisible and then get up into the sky. It'd probably take a couple castings of invisibility to get high enough, but eventually I could be unnoticed if needed. But
We'd
then
also
my
miss you
message, I've only
losing
got
sight of
120
us.
feet of message. What's up, Robin?
We'd also miss you losing sight of us.
Yeah.
Risk you losing sight of us.
Yeah. So we could travel somewhat innocuously, but
Yeah,
definitely
just-
not fully incognito, if that's what you're asking for.
After what he said, it's good to have a backup plan.
If things start to take a turn for the worse, I will, throw myself up into the sky and use resources as needed. But I can disappear, basically. These are Eladrin anyway. Yeah, I could always throw up a darkness on myself.
Can avoid
Same.
being seen if I wish, but true invisibility, that is a rare gift.
Nice.
That Polo?
That's Aragorn.
Yeah.
That was Tess.
So as you continue on, it is a very joyous festival kind of atmosphere. You see lots of people like smiling at each other, not in their traveling group. Songs that different parts of, the kind of group are all seemingly singing intermittently all over the place. And even the people who do kind of give you a curious look, give you a smile, as their joy is just so overwhelming that they almost don't care what you're doing. There's however many of them, there's 3 of you. What do they really have to be afraid of?
It's like we've got a press pass, everybody else is here for some sort of religious thing, and we're just there watching, like
when your custom
completely
character
out of
makes
place.
the cutscene.
Throwing popcorn down my gullet. Like, oh, this is super interesting, but nobody knows I'm here.
They keep making their way, and for the first time, it seems to be that you are now there are now like other Eladrin on the side of the road, seemingly guiding the group and giving out like instructions. You can hear all the songs kind of hushed, I don't know, 150, 200 feet in front of you. The songs suddenly you can hear shushing, and the kind of procession seems to dramatically slow. Everybody's kind of bunched up. You can hear people like around you trying to hear what's going on 200 feet down the road. But there definitely seem to be instructions being given.
Instructions. Does that mean, there seems to be somebody that's like in charge? Do the instructions seem to originate from somewhere?
If we keep to the kind of cultural, phenomena, experience thing from that perspective for them, if everybody believes in the same thing, some people are just going to kind of gravitate towards the, the organizational things, like the non-clergy of a church. You believe you have this common set of values, you kind of help, disseminate the message or organize things. You know, everybody line up, we're doing this, that kind of thing. And so, like I said, as this thing happens, you can see like the pace slow so that everybody can kind of listen to what's being said. So eventually, you're going to come to almost a stop. You're going to hear, or Tess, you're sitting on top of a horse. You're going to see a female Eladrin standing on what appears to be a tree stump. So she's raised up above the heads of everybody walking. You'll probably be higher than her as you will make your way by on Peduncle. And, you know, she seems to be talking and pointing with her hands, giving directions. And the whole time she's doing it, you can see that she has a little tiny branch with the 3 little red berries on it. And it seems to be something of a point of focus for whatever the hell it is that she's saying. And she seems to wrap it up, and a huge group just starts to move, and everybody starts to move like very quickly. Like the group is rushing to get to where she is. And as she does so, Alice kind of comes back out. Hey, look, you guys got a second? I've learned a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. You know, we can just kind of fall back. This thing's gonna group up. It's gonna bunch up. The guys were telling me about it. All right. So here's what I've learned about my own culture. Welcome to a lesson from 10 minutes of life experience. So, apparently, our old homeworld was taken over by monstrosities. You know, they always say monsters came in and destroyed where we were from, and when you're a kid, you're like, whatever. Apparently, it's true, and apparently, some of the more senior Eladrin have found a way to drive them from our home. And once they do, we're all going to get to be where Eladrin came from, where the magic of the Feywild manifested itself into our existence. If this is true, this could be fucking rad, man.
Yeah. No. If that's true, then I'll be happy to help. That sounds amazing.
See, that's the thing. They kind of figured, our home, is the personification of for us only. There is no way for you to travel there. The berry, short of some wizard's name that I probably couldn't pronounce, will get you there. You will, whenever we get there, you'll go through the same veil as us. But you cannot go where we go. Some of us will go where you're going. Don't get lost.
It's the second time I've heard those words.
I don't think you were in the room when he said it the first time.
Okay. So
No.
he's and he, like, all of the kind of edge and reluctance from Alice, the person, not the compulsion within, seems like a different person. He seems like a little kid about to go on the vacation he has always wanted, whether he knew it or not. He is wide-eyed. He is laughing. That edge and kind of anxiety and that seems to all gone. He just seems to be embracing of his situation.
Hey, Alice.
Yeah.
Just You excited to get back to the bar when this is all done?
I mean, yeah, I'd like to.
Even with the new news?
You know, I mean, how often do you get to see a place that's so magical it manifested into life? I can't not see that. But once you see it, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna open a bar for adventurers in the Eladrin homeworld? We're not gonna. Nobody's going anywhere. An inn's not gonna make money. I don't really have a lot of other skills. Yeah, no. Like I said, like I said, I don't know. These guys could be just whack job believers. I don't know if any of this is true, but if it is, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, just keep your wits about you.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
We don't want to lose you either.
So they say that she's just going to give us kind of instructions to get ready to go, to have our Marith Berry in hand as we pass through the Veil, and that we will return home. I thank you for getting me like all this way. I don't, you know, we part here very shortly, and I'm thankful for the company and obviously for you looking after the bar until I get back. But if it's okay with you, I think I'm good just to say goodbye, unless you want to go into the Feywild.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, still check it out.
I mean, look, you're not the first. You definitely won't be the last. But in these last little bits of time I have here, I mean, I'm gonna kind of get into the spirit of things with my kind. No offense. This is just really kind of filled me in such a way I didn't expect. And I want to share it with other people having the same experience. I thank you. I see a lot of adventurers, and you three are pretty great, and I imagine you're going to do some pretty great things at some point.
That's fine.
Yeah, maybe someday.
I mean, yeah.
Tess finally looks down to like actually say goodbye and goes, "Oh, foliage."
Yeah.
Happy going.
Oh, natural. He's just gonna kind of like stand there, little Captain Morgan pose on a tree stump. Thank you all for everything. And as he says thanks, his little sudden fast friends from the road kind of make its way up. Are you ready to go home, Alice? Yeah, let's go, man. I can't wait. And they all kind of give you like a very respectful and joyous wave as they, all right, well, good luck, everybody. To our home we return. And they go off, and for the first time you can see Alice singing the songs with the perfect inflection, and like, I mean, it can actually hold a tune, so well done. But in that level of the spirit for this journey. The group kind of breaks up. You're more or less at the tail end of it. You can see it start to bunch up again a little bit further down the road. But at a certain point, there definitely is not that perspective of them continuing off into the horizon. There's a very definitive point where there are Eladrin, and then there are not.
So we gotta find some of those berries, huh, guys?
Yeah, that's Manny. That's the gist we got from it. Then, right? Is that we need the berries to get through?
No, you're not getting it. You're not getting through even with the berries.
Yeah, no, they don't think
Okay.
that it's going to work, but I can't think of anything else.
We can find a wizard.
Find a wizard.
Yeah, I think our trail into the forest has run into nothing but dead ends, and we should seek in the arcane our next goal.
Got a couple ideas on that. Um, there's the whole majocracy thing, and there are people like this doesn't feel good. The people
Yeah.
could be in danger.
Oh, and
They
for
have
what
to
it's
care about that,
worth,
right?
Manny, when Ollis passed that point, he didn't die, did he?
No, he just went through. If have any of you been to the Feywild before?
I mean, I think so. But
Okay. I always look at it as like a literal kind of veil that it's somewhat tangible, and you just kind of make your way through in the same way you would go from one room to another. Somebody on this side, as you cross that threshold, would just lose sight of you in an instant. It looks like any other conveyance to the Feywild. It operates in the same way. Each one's got its own little flair.
Yeah.
But it appeared in all manner that it just like somebody who stepped through the veil. You're just on the prime material still.
Okay.
so, I mean, if we want to go the wizard path, he did say something about a wizard. Do we look for help here, or do we look for help in the Feywild?
Other option, like kind of look for help here adjacent.
Yeah. Is there anybody else
I
that
don't-
seems to be traveling? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I don't like her, but Gwendolyn does have connections and might have some with the majocracy here.
Yeah. This one.
That's
Yeah, we
actually
could
not-
ask. I was
Um,
gonna ask if there are anybody that seem to be traveling with any of the other Eladrin that don't continue into the Feywild.
Now, every single person is just joyously doing so. No reluctance. No little kid about to
Okay.
get on a water slide who has second thoughts. Everybody, as politely and respectfully as you can be, trying to like mob a door.
Okay.
Nobody's getting trampled, but everybody is really excited, probably a little too proximate to each other's personal space. Just,
Yeah.
Everybody's excited.
Black Friday at a mall in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
I
love
feel
it.
like Banquo's gonna
Love it.
try to-
Excuse
don't
me,
think that's
pardon
a
me.
thing.
Excuse me, pardon me. Was I about to take your toy? Okay. Oh, sorry
I'm
about
sorry,
that.
No odds.
People arguing about who's actually going to take it. The other person is who they're both fighting for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just kind of joyously go in. Those that are singing as they step through, the songs fade.
I mean, when it comes to wizards, we are right by Thay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever the problem in their homeland, they seems to be the source of it. Like they said monstrosities, and Timon did mention monstrosities coming from they. I don't, and this might be the Sword Coast schooling. I don't love that idea.
Well, the whole thing to me sounds like a con. It just sounds too good to be true, and I don't believe in too good to be true. And this compulsion, something's wrong.
Yeah, it sounds more like control than it seems like goals
Yeah.
being aligned.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I just don't know that, like, even with the situation being bad, I don't know that introducing a red wizard makes it better, I guess is what I mean.
Well, the wizard thing came up because when Ollis was talking about non-Eladrin getting through, he mentioned you would need a powerful wizard, I think is what he said.
Yeah, I just mean like you have red wizards and you have Elminster too. Like there's different levels of people and how good they are and how not great they are and what they do when they dip their magic little hands and stuff.
Magic
I'm
little
just saying.
hands.
I think the basic question is going to be, Do you want to go through the veil into the Feywild or not?
Oh, it's tempting.
Well, yeah, that was my initial question anyway, was on which side of this veil do we look for help? I feel like since this place that they went to is ostensibly still part of the Feywild, just a
Yeah, like-
difficult to access part, I personally feel like the best tactic would be to look for help within the Feywild, but I'm open to hearing other opinions.
I think we don't necessarily have a foothold in the Feywild. Like I don't know where to start. I don't know if Daemion knows where to start. But here we at least know people and have connections. There we're shooting blind. But I do like the idea. Could go either way, honestly.
Yeah, Banquo is of the mind that, like I've said, like he said a couple times, like this can't be coincidental that this is happening at the same time as this Dragon Vault event. So he's feeling compelled to push forward to look for connections, and if it turns out to be a dead end, at least we've investigated the Feywild and can move on from there. But he's feeling fairly compelled to keep going and following this path.
Is this a two-way veil? You know, anything that we know of that would stop us from coming back?
It appears like any other veil.
I guess all of those other veils we've seen in reality.
um,
Can I
It's
do
just
like
your
an
average
Arcana
veil.
check to like, hey, what do I know about the Feywilds and travel?
I mean, yeah, I'll even let you, like, if you want to, like, stick your arm in it. Maybe poke a
I
head
only
through,
got-
keep your feet.
I'll stick my like extra arm in it.
Okay.
The one that I keep for like doing repairs, because I don't need to lose another one.
Okay. It's gonna feel like an unbelievably like temperate day. It's really like a very nice temperature. On the other side, that's all you're gonna get. As like as you know, you can't physically see through it. It's just this kind of like iridescent shimmer in front of you. If you were to pass your head through it, you could see. But like your arms definitely disappeared. No painful sensation. And if you pulled it out, it comes out just as it went in.
I feel like you guys constantly forget that I have a life hack for this situation.
Send your
Thorn,
familiar.
I choose you.
Okay.
Well, because if anything happens to him, I can just summon him back. No problem.
And is he like Fey based or like?
Yeah,
where
he's a
does he-
face spirit.
So there we go. All right.
Okay.
He's gonna have
Yeah.
a good time.
Send him in.
Yeah, just
Uh,
you know,
Bye,
take a look
Thorn.
around, get
Um,
the lay of the land, come back.
See you soon.
Okay. He goes through. It goes from this kind of dark, heavy, canopied, not very light, heavy road through the road that you've been traveling into this just gorgeously well sunshine, bright and beautiful forest. Is he colorblind? Can he see colors?
Why would he be colorblind?
I don't know. I don't fucking know,
Thorn
man.
is a dog right now. Actually,
He's got
Okay, dumb question.
normal vision and devil's sight, so
Yeah.
he can see everything, man.
It is like an explosion of bright colors and unbelievably sweet smells. Bright, colorful wildlife. And just as, you know, his perspective changes from the prime material where you are through the veil and into the Feywild, there seems to be a satyr just sitting on a stump, just kind of hanging out, minding his own business. And then the rest of it just kind of seems to carry on, you know, mushrooms here, big flowers there, but nothing seemingly too terrible.
All right. I mean, it seems safe. Nothing's stopping him from coming back. So, what do you guys want to do?
Feywild, we fucking go.
If we can't, find anything promising, we can just come back and try again here. But I feel like our chances are better there.
I'm gonna put my magic little hands in there.
Stop it.
As you step through the veil, you're greeted by this beautiful temperate day, bright sunshine, a clear canopy unto a blue sky, unbelievably beautiful, colorful plant life. As you step through over here, Saturn in front of you.
Mr. Tumnus.
And he is sitting in such a way that just as you make your way through the veil, it looks like he was sitting there waiting for you. He didn't have to turn. He wasn't startled by your entrance. He just looks at you. Short stays empower new Eladrin empires. Short stays establish new Eladrin empires. Short stays empower new Eladrin empires. And he just kind of bursts into this little song and just gets a little silly with it as starts to kind of bounce around, hopping from tree to tree, like disappearing under a bush, coming out, flowers on his eyes, like that whole thing. And just keeps repeating the same thing over and over again. Short stays empower new Eladrin empires.
Daemion's gonna turn to the other two. I don't know what your experience with the Feywild is up to this point. But just in case, I'll remind you. The rules of reality can be a little different here. And words have great power.
Admittedly, this is my first time in this particular plane. I'll have to take your word for it. I'll be choosy.
Yeah. Watch what you say and treat all verbal contracts as binding.
And it just kind of, it kind of carries on. It just seems to be on repeat, not like rote repetition, same cadence, same tone. It's like half a song. Sometimes it turns into like a spoken word, little kind of jam. Sometimes one at a time, sometimes tries to scream them all out at once, but just keeps repeating the same phrase over and over again. Just seemingly benign, doesn't seem to be hurting anybody, just kind of over and over again. Everybody give me a perception check real quick.
Sure thing.
Hey Manny,
Yes.
Doing that, but as he's kind of dancing around just on a whim, Tess pulls out her notebook and kind of just starts jumbling some letters. Does that seem like it might be an anagram or something? If she
It's the Fae. It could be a lot of things. I don't think that if Tess has been to the Feywild before, I don't think that is an irrational line of thought.
she hasn't, it's just kind of like that's a very specific phrase. Like she likes puzzles, she's built things. That it's just a very specific thing that she's like.
She's playing Sudoku.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Like she's sitting there.
And the whole time they do it, they're kind of standing there spouting. Like the torso spins around, but like an owl, the head stays fixed, like facing you. So no matter which way, like the body is oriented, it's always looking directly at you as it just repeats this phrase over and over again. What everybody get for their perception check?
On some Cheshire
7.
Cat bullshit.
I think Red's got the high.
Yeah, 22.
22.
11.
17.
22, 17, and Tess?
11.
Okay. Banquo and Daemion, over the repetition of this little fey creature in front of you, the kind of ambient sounds of whatever constitutes nature of the Feywild. You hear, do either of you speak Sylvan?
Oh, no, I do not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought I did too earlier, and then I looked. I'm like, oh no, I have no languages. Fucking paladins, man.
I have Primordial and Undercommon.
I only need to take my oath in one language. In a foreign tongue, you are going to hear the cadence and the kind of tone of what sound like a military officer commanding troops.
Okay.
Okay? And
In like just in the distance.
off in the distance, off somewhere carried through the woods. All right.
You guys sound like soldiers to you? Here?
Yeah. Definitely some sort of march going on.
Not what I was expecting. Not a very Feywild thing.
Yeah, this is my first time here, but it's definitely not what any of the folks tried to prepare me for. Was any kind of military regiment. Go ahead.
They're trying to drive monstrosities out. I mean,
Well, yeah, but not here.
well, maybe that's a good starting point. Like maybe they're getting ready to go there.
Thank you.
So which direction is it coming from?
In front of you, if you were to see like that kind of perspective.
So east.
East.
Past Mr. Tumnus over there.
Yeah.
As I'm like kind of still like I'm listening, but I'm also like I really want to solve if this is a thing. Could I do like an intelligence check to see if it's anything?
What's that?
See if this might be like an anagram, or is it like, hey, this is coming up with like nothing.
Not like on the spot. If you wanted to like sit down and really take it apart, I'll let you do one at disadvantage, just for however long it takes you and however quickly you can kind of try to break down 5, 10, 16, 19,
Yeah, it's a lot of
22,
letters.
26, 29, 32 letters. So it's the alphabet plus 6.
I will use my wand of enhanceability
Okay.
to give myself just the flat roll again. For my spell storing item, I mean. Give me a second. Just trying to see if there's anything else. What the hell's enhanceability?
I'll inspire you and say, I'm sure you can solve this puzzle soon. You'll do it so well, you'll make me look like a buffoon.
Inspiration's a bonus action, right?
Something. I will write a tune.
Yeah,
You're
sure.
a bard.
Yes, it's a bonus action.
So you can do guidance and inspiration on the same turn if you want.
But they can guidance themselves.
Not if they're concentrating on something else, right?
Oh, that's a good point. So I will also tap you on the shoulder with a single guidance.
We're really saying fuck you, Manny. We're solving this puzzle.
I'm just giving you the best chance ever because he gave you disadvantage on this.
Yeah, like
He doesn't do that a lot.
Yeah.
It's a D10 for the inspiration.
All right. Oh shit. All right.
Big Barty boy.
Guidance. You said.
Party hard.
And I'm gonna go ahead and right off the bat burn a flash of genius, for a +5 to whatever I do. So I'm getting a total of a +10.
I mean, Flash of Genius only applies if you fail anyway, right?
It's just when you make an ability check or saving throw, you add your reaction to use your reaction to add 5 to the roll. So it's I think it's a before you find out the answer.
Yeah, that's not as good as I thought it was.
Yeah, it's still it is what it is. Anyway.
All right, so basically you're trying to put together like a +24 to this. Is
We'll find out. I don't know what it is.
+4 to 24.
Like I might roll 3 1s. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's always possible that the Bardic Inspiration and the guidance and the check will all be a 1, which will make it a 14 or something like that with all the modifiers.
Okay. Okay. That's math. 15 plus 6 is 21 plus 4. Hell yeah.
25.
It's 25 plus 10, 35.
Okay. You managed to break it apart and turn it into a bunch of other words, given 36 or 32 letters. It's not hard. No matter what, you are almost always left with a couple of letters, like a remainder, if this was long division. There are a couple of times when you manage to make all of the letters fit. The responses that you get when you do are even more nonsensical. And the rest of them that you can put together, you're going to come up with like a leftover letter.
Do they tend to be the same letter, or do like any of the typical leftover letters spell anything?
No, it just, sometimes you're left with like an extra, the W. The W doesn't fit sometimes. Sometimes the W fits right away. The Y sometimes fits, sometimes doesn't. Fits in more than a couple of places. Not like you constantly have to make the same word to make the Y fit. It's just a random smattering of letters with your 35. You really worked it out.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's an equation that you could figure out exactly how many combinations there are. And you worked out pretty much all of them, and there's no distinguishable pattern amongst what's left over when there is a letter left over.
Okay.
Yeah. It seems like it's nothing, and it could be a different. I got nothing. Sorry, I thought that was it.
You're good?
Yeah.
I thought that was something.
You are good.
Ooh,
Like I said, it's the Feywild. That is, so I was like, it is a very, very, I was like, I honestly didn't think of it. And that's why I was like, you're going to come up with extra letters and words that are going to make sense, because I was like, bro, I don't have time to break this down into anagram and give you like tangible answers. I legit never thought of that. So we're just going to have to play along for a second. And then you're like 35. And I'm like, fuck, you got to come up with a good reason why this is not an anagram, as opposed to like, hey, you're 35 gets absolute truth from the DM going, it's not an anagram, because I didn't legitimately think of that. Because I was like looking, I was like, can I come up with an anagram real quick? And I'm like, no, it is not an anagram. Don't come up with one just to throw them off. You're going to hurt yourself.
As a sidebar, in Dragon Age Inquisition, there's a quest called All New Fated Color, and it's like, that's typically a thing that has to do with like genes. But it is an anagram into like a huge spoiler for the game. And so since then, like weird phrases, I'm like, I don't trust that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm looking at it, and I was like, I might bust this thing out to see if I can make it into anything later. My kid's got a chalkboard with a bunch of letters, so it's really easy to move them around. I might do that, but yes, your 35 got absolute truth from me that it is not an anagram, because I didn't even think of that, and I don't have anything to give you like in exchange to be like, you came up with the words blah 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 blah, like other things I came up with. No, it's not an anagram because I didn't think of that. You're Tess and Robin are both way smarter than Dungeon Master and Manny.
Galaxy braining over here.
Yeah. I'm a narrative person, not really a mechanics guy. That's how it's
You
works.
rearrange all the letters and all the words, and you get the dragon's vault is at these coordinates.
Yeah.
I was like looking for D's and G's and
Yeah.
B's. I was like,
Yeah.
maybe.
I was like, maybe it's a Snoop Dogg lyric. It transforms into a lyric from Gin and Juice of all things. All right, since my brain hurts now, and this
Because
is
Dr. Dre came in with it.
yeah, it's the Super Bowl halftime set list. Interesting. Well, we're gonna stop it right there because that really hurt my brain. Trying to figure out what I was gonna come up with as an answer, and then it was like if you were gonna roll like a 6, I was gonna be like, nope, you don't know shit. You're like 35. I'm like, damn it. I need a good explanation why it's not an anime. But we're gonna leave it there for the night. The party just having arrived in the Feywild. Nice little fun, colorful maps. Fun little Saturday.
In and out, 20-minute
Yeah.
adventure.
Word play. All the things from the Feywild, and we've been here for about 10 minutes. That has been our 11th episode of Dynasty of Dragons. You saw some amazing roleplay from some amazing players. They are even better people behind these characters. We'll give them a quick little minute to say a little bit about themselves, and then we will get the hell out of here because I got to work again tomorrow. God, capitalism, right?
Smooth.
Yeah. All right. Let us start with Nick. This Feywild thing seemed to not be the grand motivator that I thought it would be. I thought I was just going to be like, fuck yeah, Feywild, woo! You thought about it. Banquo has never been there. Any thoughts about this? You heard the military kind of sounding thing, yeah? All right.
Yeah.
So already not up to expectation, or at least
Left.
slightly
Left,
different,
right, left.
different from expectation.
Yeah, Banquo is definitely feeling that ever since we got here, this, and I've said it a couple times now, this can't be a coincidence that this strange compulsion to exodus into the Feywild is happening at the same time as these dragon vaults, and it's been going on for a few days since we've been here, but we've also been traveling and or teleporting for those same amount of days. So yeah, he's just feeling that either he will get more information about the Feywild, and he's collecting information, as you already know, or this will lead us towards the Dragon Vault, closer to more answers. And either way, this serves the interests that he has.
As long as you got justification for going into the Feywild. Ooh. But Robin's note somewhere in the chat of, surprise, it's a Feywild campaign. Suck it, losers.
Oh, that wasn't me. I think that was Nick.
Okay. Not too far off. Not too far off. Feywild, a lot of fun. We're going to have fun with it. I'm going to have fun with it. And then tell us a little bit about our friend Nick.
Been here on your channel, on your server for about a year now. Pretty
close.
And I've been loving every game of it. I've been loving every one-shot, every multi-shot, and now this campaign. And I am fully invested in this, and I can't wait to see what other twists and turns you have behind each corner.
Awesome. Let's move on. Raz. So we've established that we're in the Feywild. You feeling a little bit better about Alice seemingly at peace with whatever's going on with him, or is that still like kind of bugging you?
Oh hell no, it's worse. It's
Okay.
much worse.
Okay, the acceptance of it is even more problematic than everything.
Yeah, it's out of character and it's very sudden.
Okay.
Like for him to go in the span of 24 to 48 hours from I love this bar and my job and I've invested so much into this to I don't care if I ever see it again. It's messed up. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Tell us a little bit about our friend Raz.
Since Nick brought it up, I looked out of curiosity, and I have actually been on the server more than a year now.
Yeah, it's like it should be.
It was
like
April 6th.
Yeah, we started at the end of March, I think, is when we started last year with the Wednesday show.
So 2 weeks ago, actually, was the 1 year mark.
Yay! Happy 1 year, everybody. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what the 1 year D&D anniversary is. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. It might
The
be
inspiration anniversary.
It might be dice. I think it's the dice anniversary, along with the second and the third and the fourth, and everyone to come after that. Hey, what'd you get me? I got your dice. Oh my god.
No, wait. It's the D2 anniversary.
Ooh.
You know, and then you get the D3, the D4.
Nice. I like it. Ooh. God, the D17 anniversary's gotta be horrendous. What the fuck is this?
I don't actually have a D17. I wonder if that's possible.
I was saying, I think geometry would like a word.
I have some weird ones. I have a D7, a D14, a D24, D5.
Oh god, it hurts. Oh god, it hurts my brain. All right. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad everybody's here and having a good time. Last and not least, the person who, because of who they are, embarrassed me quite bad, at least in my own head. Is it an anagram? Fuck no, it isn't. I didn't think of it. So yeah, thanks for that. Still, I as soon as you said it, I was like, that is absolutely something that the Fae would do. This is not one of those situations because I'm not Fae and I'm apparently dumb as shit. Because you're like, yeah, it's totally, and everybody's like, yeah, that's exactly what it would be. I'm like, fuck all of you.
If it makes you feel any better, like, I'm gonna send this clip to my weekend DM because this is kind of typical that I always go at a thing like sideways, and he'll probably look at it and be like, yeah, you did that.
Yeah.
Also, a 17-sided prism is called a heptadecagon. Or sorry, that's the polygon, so I think it's a heptadecahedron. There you go. There's your answer.
It sounds like something that's on like at 3 a.m. during the Summer Olympics. Like, did you catch that event? No, I didn't catch it. I was like, they jump over a barrel and then like drink a bottle of whiskey. It's wild. America won, surprisingly enough.
But is it a regular polygon?
Tied with the Irish. Yeah.
Okay, that's my whole thing with like odd numbered sided dice is the fact is that like, I mean, I can get you whatever sided dice you want as long as they don't need to be even.
Yeah, I didn't think you could make a regular polygon with 17 sides. I would love to see that.
That's what it says.
Imagine a number 2 pencil, but with 17 faces, and you just roll it like a cylinder.
Well, no, that wouldn't be a regular polygon.
Yeah, I've seen
correct.
those. Some of those are cool, but not as like I think they're cool. I'm not going to own a ton of those. Like I said, I like my little
bullshit. One for every number between 0 and 100.
Yeah, I like all my little regular little plastic rice.
I mean, we're just listening to heptadecagon is just like circular. So I don't know. Anyway,
yeah, at some point it just becomes kind of a golf ball with however many dimples on it. I think when you get into like the really high numbers, 17, I don't think quite gets there, but I think at a certain point you just become a golf ball. Yes. Okay. So, Tess, outthinking the omnipotent DM in the Feywild. So, yes, I will account for that going forward. So here you are in the Feywild trying to outsmart the Feywild itself, managing to do so.
No, it was following a hunch that was just like, no, that's not a thing.
And for how quick it came and for how quick I just went, fuck, dude, you did not prepare for that. Like, in the least. Not even like a shitty anagram answer. Like, do.
She walked in and kind of went, the John Mulaney, street smarts, you're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, now I've thrown the DM off his rhythm. But I also keep stumbling into like exactly the role play that her description demands from her background. When I find a subject I'm interested in, I won't stop studying till I know everything. It keeps me up at night. I'm like, no, she sat her ass right down and was like, no, I'm solving this. Help me, guys.
Yeah. By solving that, like you've out the room. So what? genuine well done. I always like clever things, and I feel like D&D is like one of those things that fosters those creative like uses of being exceptionally clever in like a very like demonstrable way. When I go, fuck, didn't think of that. So genuinely well done there. Tess, how's she gonna feel in the Feywild? Is it a thing? No, another thing to learn about.
It's a very good distraction, I think, is the main thing. Like, it's, hey, I am a person who tends to bury yourself in work, just project to project, boom, boom, boom. And when work's stress, I need like more insane work that it's like, no, I don't have time for any thoughts. Like, so I think that's where she's at.
We're gonna tiptoe through the Feywild tulips. I love it. And then tell us about our amazing friend Robin.
I'm all right. This was it's been a bit of a stressful week so far, and this was a lot of relief of that. So I'm very grateful. I'm Robin, Bardlock Cafe on most social media, and I've been not as good as at math as Tesserana. I've been playing since September. That's a number of months, and and it's been going good. I think it's neat. And I've really been enjoying. I've really been enjoying telling the story and interacting with the guys. I've also been sitting on that carved figurine since like the second day of travel from Melbourne in Thar. That was it. So it was fun to finally have that moment of, here you go, I made you a horse like forever ago.
Oh,
Yeah, that was right.
I didn't even get the chance to show it to Baduncle because we had to rush out the door this morning.
Yeah.
So what's he doing? Like just chilling at the tavern? Him and
And I think I'm on Baduncle.
Well, yeah, he's being ridden,
okay.
but like,
Yeah.
we didn't exactly have time to be like, oh, by the way, here, look
Hey,
at you, but
look
small.
what Tess made you. Try to eat it.
Yep.
No, it's not
Move
for you
your
to eat.
ass.
All
Yeah,
right.
it was like Tess didn't actually have to sit down to solve it. When you said that, I was like, no, I'm already sitting. I'm good.
I'm good. So, as you can see, this is the amazing group of people I have surrounded myself with to not only have my diversion and my fun and tell this collective story, but also to put them in the position to clearly demonstrate their intellectual superiority over me at times. And everybody wins. I'm humbled. Robin got to make me look stupid, so yay. And Nick and Raz got to watch, so everybody had a good time.
That too am extraordinarily humble.
Yes. But like I said, this whole thing is just, we haven't been together for a while, so to come back and have, not only just to do this, but to do this and have this fun, I thank you all. It's been a while and I missed it, and I'm glad that everybody was back today. So thank you all. So that's going to do it for us for tonight. You can tune in next week, Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/GrowedUpGeek, for the premiere of Season 2 of our Eberron campaign. Season 2 will be titled Tranquility's Betrayal. That will starts next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday night. And then next Wednesday night, join us back here as we go tiptoeing through the Feywild tulips and hopefully have some fun with wordplay and nobody else makes me look dumb going forward, but probably will. For everybody who watched,
like a word jumble for next week.
yeah, I'm literally just gonna put something in the chat, and then I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna go fuck off while you guys solve this. I'm just gonna give you essentially busy work in 4th grade. How's your campaign going? I don't know, man. That word puzzle's taking a little longer than I thought it was going to. I'm starting to worry.
Got it in a book for like 5th graders.
Yeah, I pulled out one of my toddler puzzles. So one of you can't color within the lines. We're like, look, that's not within the lines. You can't proceed in the Feywild. Come on, you think this place colors outside the lines? Get out of here.
I think that might be lightning color, actually.
So yeah, to my amazing players, once again, I've missed you. I'm glad we got to do this again. Thank you for being awesome and coming out tonight. To everybody who watched tonight, thank you for watching. We appreciate the support. We'll see you either next Tuesday or back here next Wednesday for our next episode of Dynasty of Dragons. Always remember, I love Dungeons & Dragons and the people who play it. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a good night.